Hello, friends, and welcome to the Age of Umbra, Sallowlands. Tonight's sponsor is Memoriam. In Memoriam, you awaken as a dreamer within a vast, crumbling realm of dreams, where reality is unstable, and every step forward means adapting to the strange, shifting rules of a world built from memory and subconscious echoes. You'll traverse liminal spaces, defy other dreamers like yourself, and attempt to escape a surreal, ever-changing landscape. This is a handcrafted retro Souls-like, where you dream, defy, and decorate your way through an interconnected world of wonder and unease. Wield powerful lullabies and mysterious instruments to survive what the mind has created. And when the chaos becomes too much, retreat to your own quiet room to read, write, and reflect. One moment you're in a familiar 21st century school, the next, a castle bound together by melting wax rises before you. Created entirely by solo developer Golden Gratis, published by Outer Sloth with support from Casey Ano of Slay the Spire and their mystery fun partner, you can wishlist it now at bit.ly/memoriam. Thank you, Memoriam, for sponsoring this episode. And Laura Bailey, I think you had something to talk about.
Our Annie Award-nominated Daggerheart How-To series, Get Your Sheet Together, lovingly called Gist, is rolling out new episodes. We're diving deep into Daggerheart's spotlight mechanic, all the joys of fear and death, and even how transformations work in our Hope and Fear expansion. Check out all the Gist goodness at daggerheart.com/gist.
Okay,
Hi, Matt.
Just hi, move this side. Sallowlands stands. There's a lot to love on Beacon.tv. There's so much. We just released our Lorekeeper Ledger, where this month we're diving into the world and makings of the Sallowlands, including a map detailing our journeys
so
far. Plus, every episode of the show has an exclusive cooldown segment where you can see what happens after the episode ends. If you want a taste of what cooldowns are like, you too, Laura.
This is it.
You can check out our clips on the Hello Beacon socials on Instagram and TikTok. And with Beacon, you get exclusive access to us to ask your own questions in our monthly Fireside Chat series.
That's right, and they're fun.
They are. They're actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
So you can check out my last Fireside Chat from July 27th, where I answered your questions about Daggerheart and the Sallowlands. And mark your calendar for Zachery Renauldo's Fireside Chat on August 18th
that's so
at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So sign up for Beacon for $5.99 a month and get all the above, a 10% discount in our shop, ad-free access to all of our content, and much, much more at beacon.tv/join.
Oh, I have more.
You should probably continue.
Roll and Play Press's award-winning One-Shot Wonders adventure book series. I gotta make sure it's coming to Daggerheart. Inside One-Shot Wonders Daggerheart, you'll find over 100 brand new adventures built for every official campaign frame, including all the new campaign frames from Hope and Fear. The Kickstarter launches this fall. Back the campaign to get even more Daggerheart loot, exclusive early backer rewards, collector's editions, and to get your name in the book.
That's pretty slick.
Head to www.rollandplaypress.com/Daggerheart to sign up now and be the first to know when the campaign goes live.
I love it. Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome, Matt.
And thank you, Well Playing Press, and your wonderful One-Shot Wonders books, which I've run one-shots from before. So we're super excited for this. I think that concludes our announcements. Let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of Age of Umbra. Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Age of Umbra. So, we last left off. Our troop heading south in pursuit of answers, hopes, and whatever else lays to the south of the Sallowlands and the great mysterious appearing city here in the Halcyon Domain. You trekked beyond the Tower of Oxydos after escaping with your lives and a new ally, Bowen, who's left that life behind and seems to wrestle with that reality. Learned a bit about the landscape, took refuge in a cavern, avoided some serious dangers, as well as some dangerous weather patterns, before eventually coming to the Threadbares, the southernmost hillock and mountain range before you come to the city itself. There it was mysteriously overgrown with a lush, forest-like atmosphere that likely hasn't existed here since before the lake itself was created. And here you encountered the slightly changed community once known as the Feral's Call that now seem to consider themselves part of a faction called the Dova, under the belief system of a great grim hunter, one of the numerous new gods that oversee this new city. After being invited to perhaps join with them and resisting the request, they insisted that you make an informed choice, even if that choice was thrust upon you without your wanting. As such, mysterious prepared dust was blown in your faces. A number of you, including your companion Bowen, fell unconscious, with the two remnants, Dillywin and Sister, holding on for a moment before you were both tackled by the group of outward Hookborough community members. You managed to escape, Dillywin, and while you wanted to help, listening to the pleas of Sister to run, you did so. And hiding here amongst the brush, you now follow this small caravan pushing through the greenery towards the mysterious Dova community of Hookborough. So, Dillywin, what are you doing?
So, they're pushing on up. How can she see the end point? Can she see like a group of people? Like, is there anything up ahead for a little while?
From what you can see, glance through, and once you feel confident enough they've stopped looking for you and they've been traveling up, you can see the clustered caravan of carts and people pushing through this path in the direction where it seems they came. You do not see any signs immediately of any major crossroads or any village-scapes at all. And they begin to leave your sight. You can just hear the distant sound of them traveling.
I'm following. I'm gonna jump from, because it's woodland, right?
Oh, very much so.
Yeah. So I'm keeping as close as I can, tree to tree.
Yeah.
In these trees, are there like conkers? Like are there like little seed pods and things like that? Could I
make an instinct roll for me now? Because we now exist in the midst of this wood. This wood is considered enchanting, which means the overgrown region has a distracting essence to it. So instinct rolls are made with disadvantage while present in this wood.
That's rude.
Yeah, it is.
That's a crit.
In which case, it doesn't matter. I should also specify. You can mark a stress to not roll a disadvantage, but
Okay.
you didn't need that.
No, I didn't need it. Mark a hope. Mark a hope and get rid of a stress. Didn't have any stress. Oh, I'm maxed on hope. Brilliant. So I'm going to. So yes, do I?
So yeah, you rush from a few trees. You jump onto one branch and kind of like land on it as it shakes. You hear, and you kind of see a number of these like hanging hard fruits that have like a shell on the outside that kind of clink together.
Great.
Pick them off if you want.
Yeah, I've got really good agility. I think she's good at throwing. Well, we know she's good at throwing stuff. So I'm going to throw them at. Not you're awake anyway, but I'm going to try and wake these guys up by lobbing them. Oh my god! Lobbing some seed pods at the head, like some fruit at the heads.
Okay.
I think it's a genius idea, guys.
Why are you laughing?
I'm all on board.
I am as clutching at straws here.
That's fantastic.
Did you throw that Alphonse first?
Yeah, you've got to like
solid skull in his head, but the reverberation.
It would, yeah.
That's
why I wear it. It's because of the vibrations, yeah.
All right. So as you've continued traveling along, following these, trying to get close enough but without revealing yourself, you finally grab a number of these kind of hard-shelled fruits, gather them, leap to a point where you can kind of see. It's a difficult throw because you're up in the canopy. And, I mean, if you want to risk getting closer, I'll allow it.
Can I use my Bright Eyes ability as well with this? Because it's all about her eyesight, and I feel like she can...
I can allow that, yeah. So
thanks.
go ahead and spend a hope.
Spend a hope.
To add that +2. I guess my question is, how close do you want to get to try this throw?
Close, but not too close.
Gotcha.
Close, but far.
Right.
Yeah, like high, but like kind of on, like, so she's as high as she can be. Mm-hmm. So we're still like reasonably far, but I think she's got good enough aim that she can.
Let's give
she
it a
can
shot.
rock it.
So you're having to aim for somebody through a number of layers of branches from a high point.
This is her specialty.
Of course, that's what it's about. Let's go.
I'm gonna do it.
So as you rush out, I need you to make a finesse roll.
Can it be agility?
Unfortunately, this is specifically about control than it is your
Aw.
maneuverability. So I need you to make a finesse roll. You can add your +2 for your bright eyes to this.
Yeah. That's 15 with hope.
Okay, you gain a hope. Unfortunately, that's not going to succeed.
Damn it! Right, can I get closer?
You can, but before that does, because with that failure,
It's a failure.
clunk, it hits the side of the cart, missing by about 6 inches. And at that point, as it hits, one of the Dova kind of stopping. Hold! The cart kind of shifts for a second. They start talking. Double pace, we're being followed. The boars start picking up into a double pace, and the cart's now accelerating to go, because while 2 in the back are now getting their ranged weapons ready, and they're just kind of following behind at a rapid pace, keeping an eye up to where one of these may have fallen.
Okay, what I might do is grab a reasonably large branch and throw it in front of the cart. Is that a good idea? It's a good idea. Yeah, because I want to stop them from going any further.
Okay. I will first need you to make a finesse check to hide from them as you're leaping through the trees here.
Okay, and I've
now
got
they're
advantage.
aware that something weird has happened. Like they check and see if it had just fallen normally, but it came at an angle, which made them go, so they haven't seen it yet.
I have an advantage on agility rolls that involve balancing and climbing. Can I use that?
This is a finesse roll to hide, unfortunately.
Your movement is naturally silent. You have advantage on rolls to move without being heard.
That is true. So yes, that is exactly what this is about. So let's go.
Sweet, yes. Okay. So that's a plus an advantage. 16, 17 with hope.
With hope, so yeah. I mean, you've used your hope, but you managed to dart far enough ahead. It takes you a minute to because they're moving now at a decent pace. You're having to keep up and do so quietly. It takes you a bit of time before you can kind of get just enough ahead where you have a beat before the cart would cross your path. And you're attempting to find a branch to throw?
To throw in front of the cart to stop the cart.
Okay.
I'm clutching at throwers.
I love it. Okay. All right. I'll say you are well versed in the boughs and the canopies of trees, and you know which elements of branches would look more fragile than others. The odd thing is this forest is very fresh. So all the trees here are, for their size, youthful. So it's gonna take a bit to get one of these branches down. What implements do you have to possibly remove a branch?
I've got my bow and arrow. I could use my bow and arrow to pierce a branch at the root, and break it off.
I love the attempt. Now, you do have a magical bow.
Yes, I do.
I will say, in the moment of fantasy cartoon logic, that if you want to fire a volley, and
That's going to bring lots of attention to myself.
it might, to cutting a branch with an arrow is a majestic feat. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it's a majestic feat, so we can give it a shot.
You can find the exact right weak point.
Yeah, the weak point.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's give it a shot. So I'll say in the most Robin Hood contest of archery way, you are ahead. You find one branch that looks like it could be severed with an arrow if you hit it the exact right point. So go ahead and make an attack roll.
This is with my agility, isn't it?
I'll say this will be with your agility since you're attacking with your bow. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's a crit.
Oh my God!
It's a crit.
Holy whoa!
So describe to me how this arrow severs a branch.
So it literally. So she fires it. She can see this branch that's kind of hanging a little lower, and it's kind of long enough that she knows that it's going to go in front of those wheels, and it's thick enough, and she can see that already there's weakness because it's one of those lower things, and obviously there's lots of things in the forest, and it's just kind of creaking over anyway. So she's like, I see you, and so she angles it right. She doesn't have to take long. She's got her big old bug eyes.
Yeah.
And she kind of angles herself enough, and Badger's like helping, going up, down, and she just gets it, and she angles her arrow. I don't even know if you can do that, but she angles her arrow.
Yeah, you roll a crit. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. That she knows that it's gonna go in and down, and she can see where it's going to land, and she fucking smashes it.
Damn right.
Yeah, goddamn.
It hits at just the angle where the wood splinters, and as the arrow kind of sticks in, the branch hangs on a second. It's a fair branch to cut a very large branch that would stop a caravan with an arrow would be very impossible, but you can definitely slow it down.
Yeah.
So as the branch into the cart, like one of the first, like the front boars goes like, and the caravan kind of stops for a second. They go over and glance.
That's two. Definitely follows.
Two of them move out in the front and they lift the branch. Are you doing anything while they're doing
Yeah,
this?
I'm gonna try my technique again of trying to lob some fruit at their heads.
Okay, at which one who are you throwing this at?
Who's gonna? I like your idea of a rattling skull head.
That wasn't my idea.
My idea
Yeah.
of a rattling skull head.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna aim for the skull, and also that's a nice big.
Yeah, it's a big target, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so they have this paused moment here. You go ahead and aim for Alphonse's quite sizable skull helmet. So go ahead and roll another finesse roll for me to chuck this towards that in the brief moment of
Am
time.
I unconscious in the cart, or am I awake?
I think they have bound you entirely and gagged you and blindfolded you.
Great.
So I would say in this instance you are...
So I feel that we're stopping, and I can hear that they're...
You hear they're talking amongst themselves.
Okay.
You're like, Dilly will save us, and you're a fruit hit 6 feet away from the
in my
car.
head,
Yeah.
I was like, Dilly has this.
Okay, that's that's an 11 with fear.
So you throw...
You did not.
No. You're good.
It's okay. That's how. So you throw it, and it was too far of an arc, and it goes over, and it ends up striking one of them in the shoulder, who turns around and makes direct eye contact with you, and goes,
Up there, in the tree.
everyone turns around, and the two that had their knocked arrows immediately and fire 2 arrows at you up in the top of the tree.
Okay.
That's going to be a 16.
Oh, fuck, that hits.
That's going to be a 14.
14. I'm going to take an armor slot and just have...
So it was 14 hits, 2 arrows. So it was hit and hit. What's your evasion?
14.
Okay, yes, they both hit.
Both hit.
So you take from each of these... it's actually a dog shit roll. 8 points of physical damage.
Oh, fine.
And 9 points of physical damage.
So I'm gonna mark an armor slot, and it'll just be a 1.
All right, so for each of them?
Yeah.
Okay. So at this point you are found.
No. As in, can I mark an armor slot to negate one entirely? Because they're both.
Oh yeah, they're both minor. Yeah, you negate one,
yeah.
and you can mark an armor slot to negate the other, or you can just take the 1 hit point.
I'll just take the 1 hit.
Okay, fair enough. So one catches you like in the side, and you're like, ugh. And the other one you see comes towards rain on the branch right next to you, and you can see some of them knocking the next arrow. What do you do?
How many are there?
Altogether, this entire troop, close to 20.
No, I'm fucked. I'm gonna bugger off, or at least go back through the cheese into the thickest part, and yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
You dart backward from that point. The two that have the arrows kind of talk to each other for a second. You can hear some shouts. And eventually, after some time, you kind of wait for the tension to fade and you begin to trek back to track the cart. Mm-hmm. Those two have stayed behind and they're kind of lingering further back from the cart, watching the tree line while the cart has continued its path forward at its double pace.
Yeah, I'm gonna go as high as I can, but I'm gonna try and follow and what I want to do. So if those two have stopped, I want to kind of do a little bit of a out and around, so kind of overtake them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to say for this, do make an agility roll for me to see the pace that you keep with the cart at going its double pace.
Can I be trying to wiggle, knowing all of this is happening and feeling that the cart has stopped? I'm going to try to shake myself, be aware of who I'm next to.
Yeah, so make a strength or finesse roll for you to try and either finagle out of the rope or to burst your way through.
Can I add my advantage for movement being naturally silent?
For this isn't about you being heard. This is about you keeping pace with them through the trees. If you're going far enough away, they already know you're there.
Yeah.
Or you're aware that you're following.
It's just the speed.
Yeah.
Fine. It's a 12 with fear.
But I will say, and I'll come to you in a moment, is you do start catching up with the cart just as the trees begin to part. And here now you see massive, moot-like homesteads of thatch and vine and stone. You see these monuments built of layers upon layers of shale and granite, arranged to look like great warriors reaching to the sky. You see a carpet of grass and bush and flowers growing in places where it likely never did before. What was once a very stark, brutalistic warrior, feral call cityscape now seems lush with a springtime green growth. Small trees emerge in places that are bearing colorful fruit, and hundreds of various beast folk all begin to emerge from their homesteads to see the arriving caravan.
That hasn't stopped us before.
It's true.
It has not stopped us before.
So you do manage to get there just as the cart begins to arrive, but you have come to where the trees are starting to diminish, and what you can gather at this point is the perimeter of Hookborough.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Sister.
I rolled an 11 with hope.
So you're still working on it, but it's pretty... It's a pretty tight binding on you, unfortunately.
Yeah, I more than anything, I want to try to wake up Alphonse, but I don't even think I would be able to tell if he was next to me or not.
You have no concept of where you are at the moment, and you have no way of touching the ground to even connect with the mycelial network for any sort of expanded awareness right now. But the rest of you, as you feel those of you who are conscious, which I think would be just you at this point, you can feel the cart starting to move into an area. You start hearing voices and mutterings and some sort of whispers off to the side, and Smart's like, "Are they going to the front?"
Yes, bring them. Call the chieftain. Call the chieftain.
We have more to join. And other folk begin to shout, like, "Oh, gather to the front. To the Ember Toll, to the Ember Toll, Ember Toll." And all the rest of you begin to slowly come to consciousness. Also, blindfolded, bound within a cart, and you feel the cart now working. Your last thing you remember is coughing and panicking to reach for your weapons before darkness took you. And now you remain in darkness, but you can feel like a sweat salt band put into your mouth and tied from behind, a heavy bind over your eyes where you can only just make out the very edge corners of daylight. Heavy ropes tied all across your torso and legs. And you can hear the sounds of a populace gathering and starting to cheer and talk and celebrate. People saying, "More have come. It's a day of celebration."
They're here willingly.
You watch as this begins to roll through some of these makeshift streets in which there are like stone perimeter walls set up to about waist high, more decorative than anything, and others are in the process of building it before stopping and looking. And this is a wide swath of beast folk, all with their own kind of versions of this odd mutation. You also noticed, at initial glance, at least 3 towering entities. Beast folk that are titanic in height. At least 4 to 5 times taller than anyone else in this community, some with even 3 arms, multiple horns, and they kind of act as walking sentinel through the community. And you hear a horn in the distance. And everyone kind of turns and looks, and the massive beast behemoths kind of turn and look. And they begin to howl with it in this like awful discordant chorus, this deep, resonant, bassy call that just echoes out. And the entire community begins to emerge from all different parts of Hookborough to gather to what you assume to be the destination of these carts. What are the rest of you doing, if anything?
I mean, we're out, right?
We're awake now,
we're starting
but we're tied up
starting
and
to come to
blinded.
consciousness.
And gagged, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna.
I'm so gagged.
I think I'm going to start trying to wriggle. I feel these bindings, and I'm gonna start basically naturally sort of
I feel like
panicking.
if Cagauma is in the cart with us, like with the spikes coming off of Kagwama's shell, like maybe we can like get our wrists and like
Yes,
and try to like break the ropes against the sharp points.
Making a tag team roll for this, or
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I'll spend a hope.
Yeah,
Get our items?
Yeah.
Do they take our items?
Your items are still on you,
Okay.
though you're bound.
I'm like,
Okay, so like all the stuff.
Yeah, they're like in the cart next to you. They're not.
cool.
They just kind of like threw you in the back there. Actually, I think. Interesting point of order. I think your weapons would be kept in a separate cart,
Okay.
just for the sake of safety.
Yeah.
So you won't feel them around you.
Yeah. Yeah.
anyway.
Okay.
Tag team.
Tag
Ready?
team.
This would be a strength
That's
roll
a
for
cock.
Oh, let me know because I have reassurance.
Okay.
I can reassure you it's not going so well.
Mine's real bad. Is yours real bad?
16
With what?
with hope.
Okay, mine is. Yeah, right.
I'm so full though. I can't
Mine's-
even fucking use it.
Mine's
Yeah.
12 with fear, so I'll take your roll.
Okay. Okay.
And
And I'll
I'm gonna
take
use
your
my
hope.
and I'm gonna use my
Can
prayer
I
dice.
use his hope if we take his roll? Yeah, I can take
Yeah,
his.
you both get the roll.
I have 3 prayer dice, so I'm gonna use my prayer dice to do this as well to add it more.
Okay, describe to me how you use your prayer dice to help them
It's
in this.
2. Okay. Cagauma notices that they are thinking about splintering the ropes against my.
You feel like their body's pushing up against the
Yeah.
back of the
So
shelf.
as I get closer, I'm like, oh, Horsa, please, in this moment of dear need, my apologies, I am
Shut up!
nervous.
Shut the fuck up!
harder.
Go for it. It's 2.
Okay, so that would be 18 total, right?
Yeah, it'd be
with
18.
hope.
18 with hope. You both feel your bindings begin to loosen on your wrists as you pull and pull and pull and saw, and you finally feel like the wrists come free. Yours a short time after. The rest of you is still bound, including your blindfolds and mouth gags, but your wrists are no longer bound. While this is happening, okay. So you pull it down, and as soon as you do, you're like lying on the back of the cart, and there's a horned figure just alongside the cart, right in eye view of where you're currently resting. Kind of like you could just see the upper part of the shoulder and the outside of the cart, and they kind of like keeping an eye out and look.
Okay, I look, and then I put it down, and like just ensure that everyone is doing the same thing. Like, yeah, keep it like, kind of, as if we are still bound, in a way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you
Wait.
doing
Oh yeah. Are you up? What you doing, bro?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess I was. I think I'm there and I'm like, yeah, this is it. This is happening. I think I'd be waiting. Would I hear them like sawing? I guess not. If no one else noticed.
I think, well, you're like all kind of gathered in this like on the side, so you'd like feel them moving around and like some like movement. So you're assuming they're either escaping themselves or getting one final wank out. You're not quite sure.
Oh, great. I assume the latter. So yeah, that's. Yeah, I don't. I guess I would try. I don't know if that would even occur to me to do something like that. In my mind, I'm just kind of waiting to be in the bet, like when they start moving us off of the cart. But I guess if I start hearing you guys, I go, "This is time."
I think yeah. Can I attempt to try and silently help? Loosen.
Yeah, I'll say for this would be a finesse roll to try and do so without being noticed.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Cool. I'll spend my last hope to once you start moving towards me or like moving to take off. Whatever my bands are on my arms, I guess I'll just more try to like give you more room. I think it'd be relatively easily.
Sure.
Could I add? Could I help? And I'm going to do that by sending. So I'm going to give you an advantage. I'm going to send Badger to
Absolutely.
to help with like
So
untying stuff.
All this energy of the city starting to gather, and there's just people kind of whooping and howling, and people giving off like calls and talking to each other, and you hear like all different ages of individual Dova folk coming out here. This din does call, like birds are scattering out of trees and such, and Badger's kind of like flitters off, not being paid too much mind in this, and lands in the cart next to you all. Eyes going all different weird ass directions, and is like looks around, sees you trying to goes and just starts trying to bite as well. So you can go ahead and give advantage on this.
Nice.
That's a 3.
Finesse, right?
Yep.
Okay. So that's 14 plus
6. I got advantage of 6.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
That is
Two shots in that.
with fear though. So
That's okay. I'm full on fear, but so you do get your wrist binds free.
Oh, sick.
Right as the carts come to a stop. And as you follow, kind of leaping while people aren't paying attention from like top of hut to top of structure to this, you've now come to this central like cliff face of Hookborough. Massive kind of stone wall that sits with caves kind of dug into it where you see other families are kind of leaning over the edge and have their kids to watch. Here amongst a number of trees and some like large carving stone outcroppings with all manner of bush and grass and flowers protruding, this beautiful, almost like it would be like a spring festival if it weren't such a horrifying circumstance for your expectation, where people have gathered. 2 of these massive behemoth entities kind of like stroll up to flank a massive stone archway that sits kind of in the center, with one figure up there in front of this massive horn himself, kind of like waiting for a moment. And you can see as people begin to gather around, right beneath this stone archway is another like large stone platform. And there sits a wooden structure, and dangling from it is a disc-like piece of hammered metal, kind of rough, that just kind of sits and hangs loosely beneath it. And everyone's kind of looking reverently in its direction as a robed figure, 12 feet tall, horned, carrying a wicked-looking staff in one hand and holding an amulet dangling in the other, steps onto the stone platform as you're kind of watching this from above, and the rest of you kind of begin to kind of peek through to see this as the carts roll to a stop.
What's the metal disc hanging from? It's hanging...
A chain. There's a chain hanging from the centerpiece.
Also, am I off? Or
I know we haven't freed you yet.
Please, quickly.
Yeah, so... Yeah. We're still like...
I'm gonna like reach over and try to like...
Okay. Either of you can...
I'm gonna... Ooh, where's your little...
I'm gonna spend a fear. As you go to reach over, and a voice goes, "Prepare them." And you see now as like the groups, you kind of like glance out of the side of your blindfold, you can see other people, like just people, like 2 elves and a dwarf and 3 humans are all being kind of brought to the front. They all have like robes on and they're kind of like brought forward. Some look kind of spooked and concerned. Some look like they're psyching themselves up. And as they start like going to the back of the wagons and carts to start kind of opening the back, you hear a voice come from the top of the stone platform.
Brethren, all of you gather today to celebrate those who will be given the choice to embrace the toll.
Everyone goes, "Embrace the toll! Embrace the toll! Embrace the toll!" These like big bestial shouts and roars before the figure raises its staff and then waves it like this to all the shouting kind of shh, silencing.
The Ember Toll has always been our guiding artifact. The song that called our brethren, who carries the spark of the violent winds in their blood. Our lives built on bloodshed and savagery, a people without purpose and direction. We were a century of children. But it is a new age. The new gods are upon us. The age of Umbra draws to a close. Our desperation replaced with promise. By the blessings of the Grim Hunter, we are made new. We are made new.
And points the staff and the amulet out in front towards the group of other folk that are just kind of waiting just beyond the carts where you are.
We are made better. These gifts we will share with the world. We will be the hunt she craves.
The horn up top blows. And as it kind of echoes out again, the energy begins to kind of rise, and everyone's like slowly chanting together. And the chanting begins, the whole crowd together in this like constant rolling wave of sound and guttural breaths and heaves and words, and it's terrifying as much as it is oddly beautiful.
The figure speaks up again. She has blessed our Ember Toll. And with this blessing, we shall release the hidden truth and beauty of our new family.
The chanting gets louder, and you, kind of up top of the nearest kind of rock precipice that you leapt over to the side, you can see other members of your community, all gathered and excitedly chanting along. The chieftain points down.
Who amongst you is bravest to make the choice first?
And you see one of the robed folk steps forward and says, "I shall." The chieftain lowers its head, and as they approach the front, 2 of the massive beasts kind of step forward in almost a bow, and they release the giants, and they put their hands down to create a step. As they step into it, they bring them up onto the stone platform, and they stand before this metal slab, this Ember Toll. And the chieftain says,
Do you accept?
And they nod. They like reach down and like caress the back of their head and slowly press their head against the Ember Toll. This horrifying sizzling sound begins to encompass the air as smoke begins to billow up, and they begin to scream. You watch as their body begins to convulse and a shoulder begins to swell and pulse. Weird spikes begin to protrude from their body as fur begins to grow in places where it once didn't. And as everyone continues this chant loudly, you watch as this chieftain eventually releases them and they fall back and catch themselves. Smoke still rising from the burned part of their face. They stand up and turn, and you can see the jaw itself is extended, their eyes yellowed. Tusks have grown from under a swine-like jaw. And they look at their hands, clawed and swollen and new. And they give a birth howl. And everyone howls with it. The chieftain looks out. Who is next to choose the blessing? And another figure to step forward. What are you doing?
We have to fucking get out of here.
Yeah. Can we...
I'm going to... get up and get out of this cart. But if I see, like, who's with us, I'm going to almost grab one of them to use them as like a shield.
You can use me as shield.
No, I'm not using you. I'm using a human shield.
That one. Please don't use me.
Just put Cagauma. Take him.
I'm still trying to get Cagauma loose.
Absolutely. I'll say by now, like in the time this has all happened, as you're listening, you're like working on it, and with that much time, you manage to.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a couple of moments where I can feel Cagauma being a little interested in what's happening here, but also after seeing what just happened, is like, never mind.
so?
I don't like that. I don't like that. No.
Yeah, you all have like blindfolds half off at this point. You're like
Yeah.
glancing around, and even the people on the sides of the cart are like, "We're going to help you." And then as the ceremony began, they like kind of.
I was gonna say,
they're
it's
You know what?
every-
Actually,
checked in at
you
that
know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna
Come to you and just-
I'm gonna use this distraction. This, you know, so we're hearing this to get our weapons. So, I don't know. Fuck, I don't even know. I wouldn't even know where our weapons are, to be honest.
Would you like a visual example?
It's happening already!
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna get a map for the next roleplay we do with no combat. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Because like, there's a few things about this community that like really, it's enticing to Cagauma. But like, what do you do when? What are you doing with the souls lost in the Umbra? Like, I need to. No, it doesn't feel good. But
It don't feel good.
But it's tempting. It's tempting.
Great. We gotta
No, we
deal
can't
with.
communicate with you because you're far away.
But I think I'm
Jesus Christ.
Oh no,
This is
dude!
gnarly!
Oh my God, they're huge.
Oh my god, this is so gnarly!
There's no way we can fight this. There's no
No,
way.
this isn't a
Watch
fighting
us.
situation.
We just have to get out.
Are
We just
you
have to get out.
kidding me?
And that is the plate. Okay, I thought when you said
That's
wall
the-
for a second, I was
There
like,
are-
This is what happens
Wait,
when
are
we
we
don't
all the way
fight for
up
like a
there?
day.
Are we all
You
the
have
way
been
up
brought
there?
up amongst.
We're so close to it. I was hoping we were at the back.
oh yeah, I also thought we would be like right
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Shit.
Look at the size of that fucking thing.
So just for.
Oh no.
No.
Dude, that is so sick. Look at the
I
board.
got-
We gotta
This is-
set like
I
a
got-
distraction.
this
We
is
gotta get a
ridiculous.
distraction going on.
There's Bowen up in here who's
That is.
still bound.
This is
think it's-
wild.
Yeah.
Bowen's bound. We forgot about Bowen.
Oh, you know what?
Gosh.
No,
darn
that's
it.
horrible. I'm
You know
like,
what? You were free,
And I'll say-
and I was working on Cagauma. You could have been freeing Bowen while I was freeing Cagauma.
Yeah.
Can we say that?
Huh?
Can I say I've been freeing Bowen?
Yeah.
Great.
And where would you want to be on this? Having
As close as I can, whilst
probably
also.
up into this,
yeah,
like-
that.
like top right there, leaping from rock to rock to get there.
This is ridiculous. I'm like, what?
Okay.
So yeah, okay, I'm gonna. So I would have probably have seen so okay. So what I'm seeing here, DM, is there are two carts. One with us in, and the other with.
Correct, with Alphonse.
Yeah. So
Bowen.
where are our weapons? Is my question.
Your weapons would actually. Oh man, I forgot the other cart. I'll say for the purposes of this, the weapons would be probably taken out of a cart and set
Yeah.
off to the side over here with this group kind of just
With
kinda
that
keeping
just
watch.
group of people that are just standing by them.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Do you? Okay,
Solid.
I could use a little bit of my voice of reason to perhaps be like, very comforting to have our weapons with us. We're still very afraid, and try to convince them. I don't know. Try to be like,
Yeah.
do you-
No.
or or we can
My
sneak.
weapon makes me feel safe. Can I please get it? Right now. The searing of the eye.
My comfort weapon.
Somebody else is being pressed against the ember toll and screaming as their
As
flesh
soon as I
begins
hear
to
that
twist.
scream, I hear the howl.
How fast do you get up? Like, do you go with urgency?
Urgency.
Okay.
Quick, silent movement. Yeah.
Then, okay, but you're like gonna leap over,
I'm
like
gonna
you're
leap
making
over.
the
Or are
effort.
you looking like you're standing up naturally and we're just like watching?
No, I'm going to move. I'm going to.
Okay, if you jump over, I'm sending boiling blood at the relic.
Okay, cool. So what?
Oh,
You're starting stuff.
Great.
I'm sorry?
You're starting stuff.
We're going for it.
Yeah.
It's happening.
we're trying to get up and run.
Yeah, and I'm going to try to hope that if I hurt the relic enough, they'll be like, the relic, save it! And then it gives us the time to run. Or
Will
maybe
they
they just
see
start.
that? Will they see that it's coming from you?
I described it before that it's a drop of blood that explodes, but it's a, I mean...
So you do lob it, and then it does a thing, so you can try and covertly do so.
Yeah, I can try to covertly do so, yeah.
Okay.
Can I send Badger? Oh no, because if you're gonna
I can also
explode
do-
What
stuff,
if you put the
Since-
drop of blood on Badger and Badger flies and
Oh, it's like
drops
a
the blood,
mine?
and
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like
yeah,
and
yeah.
goes pff, and drops the blood like so that you don't have to like do that.
Yeah.
yeah,
What, it spits it out like a vampire bat?
Maybe...
yeah,
Yeah.
like a vampire
So
bat.
you all
She's
do
got the
that
fa- he's got the
combo where you
fangs.
do that. Yeah.
So Badger is over already
that
in the
could be
cart,
like a
kind of like
tag
helping,
team. Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
gnaw
yeah.
things
Tag
over.
team.
I've
don't
got
know,
loads.
go for it.
I've got loads of hope.
Oh, yeah, you got loads of
Yeah,
them. Right.
yeah. Do that, and then while hopefully they succeed, you can grab our
That'll
weapons.
definitely. It's got to succeed.
And I have
It's actually going to
reassurance.
succeed.
It's
Where
gonna
could this go wrong
succeed.
at all?
So we're gonna send Badger to carry the blood and like
Yeah.
spit it.
Yeah.
She's gonna carry it in her mouth.
Great,
He's
yeah.
gonna carry it in her mouth. And
I
just
will.
Like,
Yeah, I just have it where I go, you're a bat, and I'll like have blood come out of like some of the tubes, and I'll be like, as you're kind of jumping up to make an action, and I'll point at the relic and just hope it understands what I'm saying.
yeah.
So
Right.
yeah, and that's the yeah.
It like kind of opens one of its little claws, like captures it. It's like cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'm marking hit point for that. I'll get a power through pain trigger.
I'm gonna. I still
We're
have
both
some,
making,
some prayer
So
dice.
yeah,
just in case.
yeah,
Okay.
yes, correct.
And I have reassurance.
So for this,
just in
it's going
case.
to be just a straight roll for Badger, and then you make your. Is it a spellcast roll? Or you
It's
just-
spellcast roll. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Oh, nice.
Oh, that was bad.
Oh.
We're going with yours.
Okay.
Let me know, because I can give you reassurance, or I can also give you a prayer dice.
Even after I rolled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
19 with hope.
That feels good.
That is definitely a success.
Oh,
So you both get a hope.
great.
Yes.
Describe to me how this event takes place, this handoff and it's delivered.
I would love to think that, yeah, I will pull the tube out as like more, since I do have to take a full hit point for it, like it starts pooling out of my body.
yeah.
And it kind of still has this crackling arcane energy. And then when I see Badger, slurp it up and
Yeah.
putting it in the mouth, I go, God.
Badger loves blood.
There'll be a moment where they just see, I guess, this bat flying towards this relic, and a single drop falls right on top of the plate, like where the chain meets the plate. And there's a second where this guy in the back, this priest, looks down, and then it just goes boom as it explodes in hot, fiery hot blood.
The other prospective people like back up as this happens, so they don't get. They're like, huh, unexpected of what this might be, and this strange like expression and this blast of heat, so they themselves don't immediately get destroyed. The chieftain kind of looks concerned for a second, and then tries to back out of the way before it fills out. What's the radius on it? Like what is it?
Yep.
Is it
Hold on 2
close?
seconds. Burning blood.
Very close.
Very close.
Yeah, okay, yeah, so it hits the chieftain, and all right, cool. So he marks 2 hit points.
2 hit points.
Immediately.
Dang.
All of a sudden, you watch coughs up and like blood spatters from his mouth onto the start of the stone, and then steam rises up from his own blood spatter. Looks confused, and kind of glances around, and looks over towards the group over there, and says,
Who did this? Who did this? That's where I move. I'm gonna move,
Yeah.
and essentially, like as I hear this explosion, with my like kind of peeking forward, looking for my moment, I like see it boom as it goes. I just like kind of flip out of the cart and go towards our weapons, and what I do is I try and essentially lift the cart and like launch the cart in the air with the weapons, like you're trying to flip it over towards us.
Easy enough to do for your side. You just reach over and chuck it. They all kind of float in the air and begin to scatter in your direction.
Okay.
Try to get our weapon.
Yes.
You all kind of immediately at this point
away.
taking this moment, this trigger, this beat from Mercy. You all begin to like stand up, and you grab your staff. You grab your gun out of the air.
Throw it back up. I start spinning with it.
Just color guarding it immediately.
Everybody's so distracted.
Yeah.
Magnificent. And you
I was
over on
gonna
that side, yeah.
I was going to say, what's happened to the relic at this point?
Oh yeah.
So the relic, it seems to reverberate the impact of this spell. It lets out this resonant gong-like sound, a heavy sound, a sound that kind of reminds you of a dream or a vision you just had recently. A song that seemed to resonate in your empty community, something that draws you towards it and away from where you are. I need you to make a presence reaction roll for me.
Oh, it charms.
That is a 13 with fear.
It's a reaction.
Oh, 13.
Reaction.
13.
13? All right. You have to mark a stress. As you resist what feels like this some sort of feral, bestial thread within your physical body resonates with this sound. And there's this urge, this impulse, this voice in the depths of your spirit that says, follow it, follow and go to it. And you kind of like almost step off of the roof before you catch yourself and resist it. Sweat, you can, but with fur, you get a little bit of sweat on the front of your face. Kind of like, and you glance your eyes darting about to the rest of your community, also looking with confusion at what's happened, and you begin to wonder if maybe this is what pulled them away while you were hiding. But with that,
Is there chaos around us? Is it like the explosion caused like a lot of movement?
The explosion, the gong, like the reaction of the chieftain looking around and shouting this, people are starting to look around and like, what's happening? Oh, did you see? What's going on?
So we could like
You dart
look
over and
around
grab it through the weapons right now,
Right.
and you all caught your weapons in the air from the cart. So most of the community is scattered about and confused.
Yeah.
The vicinity here is taking notice that the people that were tied up and bound are now standing and grabbing their weapons.
I have one more thing I can do to at least try to give us a second of a distraction.
Go for it.
Okay. Let's hope this works. Is there a...
I'm gonna umbral veil. I'm just gonna like set shadow around me while you do that.
Go for it.
Is there... I'm looking for frantic, kind of more civil, or like if they're grabbing their weapons, or someone who has line of sight, like some onlooker to the artifact. Is there like a group of maybe not as strong adversaries, but someone that looks like they have a vantage point to the artifact itself?
To the Ember Toll?
Yeah.
I mean, this one here is a little far away right now. It's
but I'm specifically looking for like an onlooker, like not even really someone who's like...
I mean, any of these here are within close range of it, and all the people that haven't been transformed yet, and they're all kind of like, what's going on?
Perfect. I'm so sorry. I'm going to use Blood Puppet, and what it essentially does is that I am, without my weapon, while I'm color guarding, I am going to essentially like get in tune with the life force inside of this person, who I will specifically look out to be, you know, a bit of a weaker-willed adversary.
Describe which one you choose out of the group.
Oh man, I think I am going to look for... Are they all... I guess I would... I have to describe them. It is... Yeah, it's... I'll say it's another elf who is... kind of has this thinner demeanor, a bit more elongated. They clearly have some sort of like half robe, but still kind of cling on to what may their past life could have been, where it looks like that they have traversed the wastes a little bit more, to look like they have maybe at some point some kind of combat experience, or an experience that force them to defend a group of people, defend their house. And as I kind of soul gaze with this person for half a second as they're looking around, I will make a spellcast roll against them.
Let's go.
Which is like, okay, great, perfect.
If you do the Umbra, I don't need to do any advantage or any comforting thing, or is it good?
Okay, so this is a spellcast roll, but it doesn't give me a DC.
No, the difficulty is based on the entity.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
I see. Oh, shit.
I can give you. Oh, never mind.
You gotta do something.
Yeah. You already rolled. Sorry. I can give you because I was thinking about maybe sending you some comforting experience to kind of like get you connected with that soul. But if you already rolled, I can do prayer dice because I still got 2
And that
more.
adds what?
D4.
Hold on, before you do that. Can I use my reborn trait to try to add an experience to it, if there is, or is that like, is it too late if I roll?
It's usually before the roll, but I'll allow it in this instance.
Okay, I think about all the experience my friends have that could apply to this. Oh, you know what? I have an experience called Don't I Know You? And I will look at them, since I'm also an elf, for half a second, and I will think and I go, don't I know you? And it's not even them, it's someone that kind of looks like them, but I do, it helps my soul gaze.
Perfect.
So, roll that d4 if you could.
Let's do it. Okay. As I see what's happening, I internally am sending you comfort so you can continue to connect with that soul over there. And it is 3.
Nice. Okay, so that would be 14 with fear.
That is a success.
Oh my gosh! Okay, so my idea is then, since they're looking for who did it, that person is going to make an attack against this guy in the armor right here. To think that,
there?
yeah, to think that these like acolytes in some way are like infiltrating this.
Describe what you make them do to attack them. Physically, whatever you want them
Can
to
they
do.
shout out? So can you make them talk?
I can't do anything like that. Otherwise I would have like the.
I think you can make them like say something or shout something.
Okay, yeah, what I will do is that they kind of start to crack around. I try to make them infused with Umbra. I use my knowledge of seeing people that turn to revenants as they literally grab a knife out of the hilt of the other person, turn around, and they say, "May the Umbra never die," and stab in the neck of this guy right here.
She comes out.
I go perfect.
Wild Steve Carell.
Oh my dude, that's crazy.
All right. And with that, that's gonna hit. Actually, they rolled a 12.
Oh, perfect.
On this figure who was not even looking to defend itself. And
Yeah.
so they stab this blade in, which I was able to give them 1 hit point mark there, and they and like grab them by the shoulders and be like, "The revolting, corrupted!" And some of them start like pulling out their weapons, and
I
the
say,
other
"Kill
ones.
the corruption! Give me the gun!"
So you managed to. You have your weapon now. Everything's
Perfect. Okay, I think that's a sufficient enough distraction for right now to make it think it's not us.
So for that, the spotlight comes to me. In this chaos, you can see the chieftain looking out, who has a clear view of now you catching weapons, you gathering weapons, you rolling off to the side, and like has been looking down into this crowd from where the source had come from, and just kind of grits its teeth, its horns. Kind of. It's going to start with Rally the Hunt. It's going to mark a stress. Actually, no, I'm going to hold on to that. I read the wrong one. This one.
It's us. It's this poor guy, dude.
It's us.
This one is going to be Earth Shards. So I'm going to spend a fear. And it points to a point in far range. All targets within very close to that range have to make an agility reaction roll.
Oh.
It's going to point right there.
I didn't consider the fact that they'd probably just go kill all of them. Great.
We live and learn.
We live and learn.
Which would also include you, unfortunately, as well. The one who avoids this is going to be you, Cagauma.
Oh my goodness.
I need, and you as well, because of course you're off in the. All the rest of you make an agility reaction roll for me, please.
14.
15.
14 misses, 15 succeeds.
Oh, sorry. That's okay.
That's okay.
Oh no.
It's 6 points of magic damage against you.
Okay.
You take 3 points of magic damage.
Okay.
6 points of magic damage.
I'm gonna
And
mark
so
armor.
I will as well.
As the ground beneath you,
Oh wait.
pillars of stone pierce out of it and like knock you, the cart gets shattered and blown apart at this point. So I'll say you kind of get knocked to the side as this gets just wrecked and sent over here.
Fuck, I'm so far into the group.
Yeah.
And this one
Bowen's
as well.
up, right?
We gotta
Yeah, Bowen
book it.
also takes damage, but it does break his binds from the impact of the stone. I'm also going to spend a fear to activate right here. This warp boar, one of the twisted boar beasts of burden that you had encountered before, with its many eyes and weird tusks, backs up. And it's going to go ahead and mark a stress to be a charging war beast.
Jesus.
It's going to tear through this group. And going to stop right there. It's going to completely wipe out these two people that were waiting that just get slashed and
Covers my
gored
body.
on the front. Scatters in the front of you. And with that, I will need... Yeah, so it's making an attack roll against Alphonse, Mercy, and Bowen. That is going to be a 14.
Hits.
All right, and I'm pretty sure that hits Bowen as well. So with that, you all three take... Oh my god. I literally rolled 6, and it's plus 6. So it's going to be 18 points of physical damage, and you are both knocked back to far range.
All right. I will get a trigger.
Oh, out in like that way.
Oh my god.
You get the pain
Get
trigger.
knocked into
Oh,
the side
good.
there.
Just
That's a good way.
scattered.
That's a good way.
Sorry, you said how much?
Bowen gets thrown off that way. That would be 18
16,
points.
18.
Is it our turn now?
Real quick,
spend a fear.
did you mark 2 HP or did you do any armor or anything?
I did 2.
You took 2? Okay. Bowen has a reaction.
Oh
something like that.
No.
What's Bowen's
Bowen has a
reaction?
reaction to what?
Yeah, he does. So if a PC within close range marks 2 or more hit points,
Yeah.
I roll a D8 on a 4 or higher. Bowen marks a stress, moves into melee range of the PC, and PC clears a hit point. Can I do that right now?
Anybody
as a
mark
reaction
2
to
hit
that?
points from that?
I did.
You mark 2 from... Great, then yeah, you can...
Yeah, okay. So I'll roll a D8.
So, go for it.
Cool.
There are so many of them.
Oh, yeah.
No, we need to escape.
On a 4
we just have to
higher,
run.
I will mark a stress, and you only take 1 HP. I rolled a 7.
So you get impacted here right as Bowen goes to try and like rush to almost take the hit for you, manages to grab you, and you both get knocked back. He barely manages to find some sort of inner power to heal a hit point off of you, and you both just get thrown to the side. So you're just chucked off to the edges. Spend another fear. Actually, no, I already spent a fear to activate him. He comes forward at that point with the spotlight, lurching forward.
Oh, he's like right in front of me.
Yeah.
And
The feral
we're both
behemoth
right in.
Cool.
Yeah. Mhm.
is going to make a double strike.
I'm right next to you.
What?
That's going to mark a strike.
How
A
many of them are
stress.
there?
How many are there? I can't even see my character.
I don't even know where is it?
Most of these guys
Okay,
are
me and
actually, as part of
Kukwan.
activation, these normal
Oh, we have a card.
folk are starting to
Yes.
back out of the way. They're
yeah.
like terrified and running at this point from the middle of the chaos. So they're just all backing away
Okay.
to get out of the way. These folk here are rushing this direction. As this big behemoth comes forward, marks a stress to do double strike, and with this massive, like, hooked bat, is going to make a double strike against you, Cagauma.
Oh.
In very close range.
Okay, what do I do?
So the first hit's going to be a 10.
Oh.
What's your evasion?
Oh, it's a 7. It'll hit.
Okay. Second one
what-
is going to be a 7.
Oh, so it still hits.
So both hit.
Got it. Okay. So,
So-
it's with both.
So, if both attacks succeed
Wait,
against the same
hold up.
target, I combine the damage.
Can't do that. Okay. Okay.
So
Oh,
that's gonna.
I can't retract now because I have not retracted before. Got
Correct,
it. Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Uh,
I'm trying to think of like how to like to stop this.
plus.
It's fine. I have armor.
You take 38 points of physical damage as it just.
Okay.
How many hit points have you got?
Okay, I have all of them. I'm clean. So I'm gonna use one
They have a
armor
lot.
to
they
to
have.
get to just do 2, and after this, I am now gonna retract.
When it comes back to your spotlight, you will.
Damn it!
Technically, we would have another trigger for Bowen if we want to try to bring it down to 1.
It's okay. I still have several
Bowen
hit points,
is-
and
Oh, he's
once
not close range?
and
So
once
far.
Oh, he got knocked
and once I
far,
retract.
Actually, Bowen would be within very close range now because he got knocked back.
Well, you let me know because once this happens, I'm gonna retract and
You
that's
can
gonna half my
technically do this 2 more
damage.
times.
I would do it. Yeah,
Okay,
so-
let's do it.
Cool.
All right, let's do it.
All right, I roll
So then I
a
just
D8 on a 4 or higher. Nope.
Okay, no, it's worth a shot. Whenever the behemoth has momentum as a reaction, whenever it makes a successful attack against the PC, I gain a fear. They made 2 successful attacks.
I will say that
You get 2 fear from that.
That's just greedy.
But after getting a beating, Cagauma is scared shitless and is back in its their little shell for a moment just to kind of have a breather. So in this moment, I am in a shell.
Okay, so I'm gonna allow you to take the spotlight to go into your shell.
Great.
And then immediately mark a fear. To spotlight this
I gotta have these.
who is going to run between the legs of the behemoth and rush this way. And instead of a charge here, they're going to rush up to you and they're going to take a gore action.
Great.
On you. So they make a gore attack against a creature within very close range, which it is. It's full distance. That's going to be a 12 to hit you?
It hits.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So you take...
What happened? What happened? What
It
happened?
charged and hit me.
got
Another boy, yeah.
24 points of direct physical damage. So
Great.
you cannot mark armor to reduce it.
Great.
Did you take 2? Or...
Yeah, I took
But
2.
you saw your necklace I gave you.
I know, but this is I can't. Oh, I can use my necklace, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna negate them both. Can I do
Okay,
that?
go
Yeah.
for it.
So yeah, I'll take 2 charges off.
Alrighty.
My
Spend
necklace.
another fear to activate this figure.
No.
It's going to stop forward. Kind of push.
When
this
are you
down.
done? How are you still?
Look at how much fear he has. He could be never done.
This one's going to step forward and come after you.
Me?
Uh,
You got any buff for the shadow thing? You did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
This might.
I'm going to spend a fear to use War Cry. It steps forward and there's this horrifying scream as it kind of lumbers forward. Everyone else nearby closes their ears. Everyone within close range, which would be all of you,
Right.
lose a hope.
Oh, great.
Oh yeah, thank God.
Is that me too?
Yeah,
No, you're not close. You're
No,
not
you're
close.
not
Oh, I'm far away.
that's within close range.
Jesus.
I didn't realize you were so close.
Spend another fear
Oh, I had 3. Oh, okay.
to activate Feral Warriors. This one's going to charge up here to you. That one is going to go ahead and roll against you here. This is the opening volley. It's a rough one, guys. That's going to be a 15 to hit you.
Yep.
All right, you take
You're all the way
14 points of physical damage.
Cool. So I'd say like the boar comes charging at me, and as it kind of hits me or comes to gorge me, I grab its tusks and sort of like wrangle it around. I see this guy come to strike me, and as it does, it sort of the necklace that you gave me like swings and like claps and like kind of knocks the final charge of it as a whole. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
So you knock that down to nothing?
Yeah, so it's nothing. Yeah.
That's wild.
Wow.
All right, so the end of his turn is a reaction for the warrior. This is mob mentality. Someone roll a d6 for me.
I'll do it.
Go for it.
1.
1. Okay, so that does not affect him. I'm going to spend another fear to activate this one. So this one here is going to roll up to you, since you're now being kind of caught in this corner. You're the one that jumped out and grabbed the weapons and threw them. So you're like you're also the largest. So you're drawing the most attention to the side. It's going to rush forward, trying to attack you. That's going to be only an 11.
I've got 11.
Oh, okay, that does hit you. All right, so you do take on this one. Ooh. 21 points of physical damage.
Great.
As it strikes you.
Physical. Can I use an armor?
We're in the same position.
Yeah,
we
you
were
can do
last
that.
So
fight.
I'm gonna use my brace ability. So essentially, what happens is, as it comes to attack me, my new arm of mushroom awesomeness, kind of it like embeds on it, cuts it, it regrows. He goes again, cuts my arm off, kind of comes back again as I negate those 2 strikes, but mark a stress as I brace to knock those 2 hit points down.
Amazing. And then roll another d6 for me, Laura.
Oh, God. 1.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but it doesn't activate another one. Spend another fear.
Right.
To activate, this one is behind you, Alphonse. He's going to go ahead and attempt to strike at you. It's a natural 20. I'm so sorry.
That is okay. It's the way she goes.
So that's going to be 16 plus 9, 25 plus 8. 33 points of physical damage on you.
Okay. Great. I will spend an armor. And then can I do a bow and trigger real quick?
Sure.
All right, I'll roll a d8. He can do it. he has technically each time he does it successfully, it marks a stress, so he can do it 2 times. Okay, I rolled an 8, so he can do it 1 more time. So I only take 1 HP from that.
Okay, so Bone kind of gets up and rushes in to try and help you at this point, but now he's like in the middle of the way.
Yeah, he like warns me last second of this incoming damage, but it still gets me, yeah.
Roll a d6 for me.
Oh, Jesus.
One! Oh my god! That is
Damn
incredible.
it.
That is incredible.
All right, well then, you know what? I'm gonna give the spotlight.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me try my unorthodox methods for just one moment.
Oh.
Don't roll anything if you do.
Let me just try it for one moment.
Let's go.
Okay. Cagauma is inside their shell. They are processing everything that just happened. They're seeing their newfound family being deeply hurt by all of these creatures who just recently talked about being healed from their violent nature. And they're scared, but they're gonna access their comfort and their courage to use their experience on comforting and their ability of voice and reason to get me an advantage to de-escalate violent situations and have people follow my lead. Okay, so as they're in their shell,
Just want to go to the city. I'm really tired.
I'm gonna yell, "Stop!" And then very gently peeks out their head from their shell and tries to make eye contact with the chieftain and steps up a little bit, carries their staff, gets up and leans in. "Stop, please. We have come from very far away. You have spoken so beautifully of how you wish to take away this darkness, this Umbra, and how this grim hunter, this goddess, has healed all of you from your violent nature. Do you not see violence among us right now? Do you see it? How it's consuming all of us? We do not wish to hurt anyone. We just wish to go in peace. None of us want to see more bloodshed. We've seen enough. We've tried to heal enough. Please, let us walk away. And we will only speak of good things that are happening here."
You are shouting this as weapons are swinging and
Yes.
your friends are being knocked about. And you are just kind of stepping almost like Moses trying to part the water, just like reaching and shouting out to the chieftain as all of this chaos is roiling around you. Go ahead and make a presence roll.
Yes, presence
with
plus
advantage
plus
because
advantage.
you're de-escalating
all
the
that stuff.
situation. This is a very high DC.
Okay, it's 11 plus 5, which is 16. Presence is
roll
plus 1,
advantage,
and I
yeah.
still gotta do that. So 16, 17, and I might do a prayer just in case.
How many paradise do you
Oh
have?
God, I have one more left.
Okay.
Yeah, I had 3. I've used 2 already. Sorry, that didn't get in the thing. That's a 4. So 4, and what was it, 5?
That was-
It was
yeah.
5 originally.
Yeah.
So 16,
So that's 20,
17.
21. That's 20, yeah, because that's 16 plus 4 is 20. 21. Do you want to use a prayer die?
Oh, plus 2, because I have comforting.
Right.
Yeah.
You spend the hope.
I spend the hope, and it's my last hope. So what was the math total?
So 20, so that was 20,
23.
21,
23 total.
23 total.
With?
With hope.
With hope?
With fear, sorry, my bad.
Fuck that skull, man. Fuck it. Like, seriously?
The chieftain looks out to you and goes,
Halt! Halt!
and you watch as all the violence is happening, you're all being battered aback, and everything kind of stops and turns to the chieftain. The chieftain says, if we are to trust, then come forward.
Oh, shit. What the fuck? Yeah, I'll do it.
Cagauma steps forward, leaning into the potential of trusting moment here.
The beast that's on the side that was like just stopped looks over at the chieftain kind of holding forth its staff and amulet, looks over it and nods its head. Everyone at this point is like stopped scattering and they're all looking over like the fear is in stasis as the massive behemoth reaches its hand down with the other fist clenched at its side at the ready.
I step forward.
Don't do this.
Don't do it.
We must try to trust each other. Do you not see
We are outnumbered.
You're trusting the wrong thing.
I keep going.
Oh.
You step onto its hand, and it sets you up on
Oh my god! Oh my god! This is
platform.
why I die!
You'll die.
As you kind of step off of its hand and it rears back, and you see everything here is coiled like a spring ready to go. And the chieftain has not blinked and is just looking at you now, like over the top of the chain that dangles and where the actual ember toll is. And in its presence, I mean, it is massive, this massive disc of like imperfect, it looks hammered from a distance, but now you get close to it, it looks like it's just been warped and shaped with the ages itself. And it has this like hum to its proximity, this low.
Do I feel anything in my relic and my satchel by being in proximity to this thing?
I'd say there it is definitely there. The vibration, you can feel it a little bit in the blade as well.
Okay, good to know.
And it steps forward to the edge of the ember toll. It says, "If it is true that you and your companions wish to make this choice without further violence, then embrace the Dova," and puts its hand out around the back of your head.
I put a little bit of pressure behind the hand, because I yet am not leaning in, but I say,
We would like to make this choice. Willingly, and right now. There is so much violence. It feels as though I would say yes because I'm scared. And I want to say yes because I am excited and happy.
The choice is before you. Join us. Or die.
Then it wouldn't be a fair choice. Do you not see?
I have a question.
First,
no, I'm so close.
I need you, if you wish to resist, make a strength reaction roll for me.
Does the relic look damaged at all from burning blood? Does the relic look damaged at all from burning blood?
Ooh, it's great. It's fantastic. I'm really strong right now. It's 18. Plus 19.
That actually does beat its strength as it's trying to pull you towards the ember toll, and you
I can feel the tension, like the veins,
Indeed.
whatever veins.
You resist.
Cagauma has in there.
Its head turns to the side and it glares towards the behemoth that's at the ready.
I want to do a tag team roll.
What do you want to do?
So I'm like pinned by this beast, and I.
Do you have enough hope?
Yeah, I look to you.
Yeah, I was
Dilly.
gonna say, I like, can I go on?
And what was the description of the chain there? Is it, you say it's damaged? You say it's like the
the chain that's holding the ember toll?
Yeah.
The chain isn't damaged.
Okay.
So nothing got damaged. Okay.
Nothing got damaged. That's
No,
fine.
yeah. Sorry. You were asking about that. It affects everything fleshy and blood filled, but it doesn't have an impact on anything.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But what about the wood around it? What about the I think
Yeah, I want to aim an arrow
Like-
at the top of the chain, like where
to
the
dislodge it.
hinge to
Drop the
dislodge
ember
it.
toll?
Yeah.
It's going to be a high difficulty, but it's not impossible. You did shoot a branch down
I
earlier.
did shoot.
so. Yeah. So I kind of say I sort of, as I'm holding this, I'm gonna shout like, Dilly, the relic, like aim, shoot the relic.
Yeah.
Or actually, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, could we by the tag team, because I wonder if because Mercy's good friends with Badger, could he kind of act as Badger's leader at that point, and could Badger help with pulling the chain down as well at the same time?
Here's my question: which do you think is more effective at reducing this chain? A shot or a bat?
Definitely a shot.
I'm just bringing the logic question here.
I
You
feel
have
like
choices.
That's a rhetorical
You know
question.
what I
No
think
worries.
actually? That guy, that big guy up top, we should push him down to fall and cause impact to that guy over there.
Get it?
Yeah.
I think you should. I kind of
shoot
look.
that guy.
I look at Badger, and I look at Badger, and because of how we've been working together, I look at Badger, and I look towards the big guy up top, like kind of communicating. Go to the top. Around, so it's almost like they come to distract the ogre or whatever that monstrosity is, so their back is to us. And I'm hoping that maybe I can try and convince you or try and tell you to shoot its leg, so then it like turns, goes its leg and falls backwards into the chieftain. As that's happening, the reason why it's a tag team is because I'm going to try and break free from these sort of beasts, and I'm going to throw Badger towards the ogre.
I love it.
Nice.
You could shoot the chain, or
Goldberg. I want to bring that big guy down because I feel like if he lands into the chieftain, it's going to. There's enough big mass to sort of cause
That's
chaos.
great. This is exactly what a finesse roll is for.
Okay.
This is controlling. You are full on spiral tossing a bat in the direction, and you are rolling to shoot towards this guy up here.
And I did not use my prayer dice because I was high enough, so I'd still have my last one just in case.
All right, so go ahead and make an agility roll.
Finesse. Okay.
Very bad.
18.
With?
Hope.
We'll take yours.
But how much hope do I take for the tag team? 3, right?
Yeah, it costs you.
Yeah.
So you caught overall 2.
Okay, cool, sick.
Do you want me to add? Do you want me to add a little prayer?
I think you should.
All right, let's do a prayer. Okay, as I see my newfound family, because you're no longer friends. You said family a couple of times, and that really has like rejuvenated me in some way. I can see what's happening. Cagauma is like a little bit tense and like really being like, oh, I got really too close. I was hoping the creature thing. And closes their eyes. Sinks a little bit, but really like notices the ogre, and it's like, you're gonna fall, you're gonna fall, you're gonna fall. It's a 3.
That's 21.
And can I add my agility onto that, or is that just my?
That's just yours.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fine.
So that is a success on both fronts. So roll damage.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to you in a minute.
Okay.
And you get a hope from his roll.
Yeah.
Marked it.
Just like stare. You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall.
That's. Oh no, does a crit work in?
No, just.
Damn it. 2.
That's my last prayer.
12.
12 points of damage. Alrighty, that is its major threshold. A heavy wound as it's like up there and it has this massive crossbow in one hand and it's like holding it down to aim. Where do you strike it?
As it's falling, or to make it fall?
In the leg.
In the leg, yeah.
All right, so
Achilles turn.
it's like kind of like pulls its leg up for a second from the pain, and it looks like it's already kind of off kilter right as you take that moment. Describe to me how this throw works.
So I kind of like this paw. I'm wrangling with it. I look at Badger, and I kind of look at the ogre, and Badger's like, "What the fuck is about to happen?" Like, oh yeah, and I just wrestle the ogre, pick Badger, and go. Woof. But the way that I kind of throw Badger is like it's not direct; it curves. So Badger kind of curves round and wants to push the ogre come this way, or kind of like clips their ear that way.
Yes.
So you bend the bullet.
Yeah.
Boomerang it.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
So it pulls up in this way, and Badger kind of like flies around. You throw him in the right way where he kind of gets the idea of what's happening and spins and goes into a full dart from that momentum and impacts from behind. Both of them fall off the side and tumble
Yes.
into the ground there.
It was a hope. I wanna do.
You haven't gone in a minute, so I just want to make sure you have a chance for a spotlight. What would you like to do?
I fucking book it.
Yeah, I'm like, you're like, Zach, give a spotlight. My guy's running away.
That's an option.
So I want to. So who is holding who? So is Kagama's head close to this thing yet?
Kagama is the chieftain that was holding Kagama there has been knocked back and off the side, so you're currently free at the moment. But whatever silence or whatever stillness of de-escalation is very visibly broken as everything around goes.
I'm wondering if. Because I want to destroy the relic. I think there's some kind of enchantment on it. I think that's our only way out.
That is our only way.
How close are you for me? Because how much hope do we have?
We're so
Nothing.
I've got 3.
Well, because I'm like, I have enough. I have like, I can roll a lot of damage. So I'm like, but I'm also, if it doesn't do any damage, then like, what's the point? So it's like, do I shoot the chain or do I shoot the relic?
I'm curious to, because I could bolt beacon the relic.
Shoot the relic?
Yeah.
I have enough hate in my heart to destroy a relic. Sure.
Before you do that, I'm gonna go in my shell just in case I'm too close enough and something happens, and I could just halve my damage. so I panic when I see that falling, and I'm like, oh, thank you, Osha, and thank you, my family, and go into my, my
Your
shell.
spotlight to go into your shell. Between that, because you took that first, I'm gonna use a fear to interrupt.
Great.
I mean, hey, sometimes I gotta jump in the middle of this.
Dang it!
Because you threw this bat, and that was very visibly thrown out that
Relic.
the
Seems like
the
that's
boar
the
over there
bigger.
is gonna just go ahead and tear in to try and gore you. That's gonna go to a 14, which I think hits, right?
Yeah, it does.
Alrighty. With that, it's gonna gore you for 23 points of direct damage.
Right, I am going to. I'm going to take it. Fuck it. Why not? Come on.
I mean, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
How many? Oh, yeah, you got it close.
So like, as this happens and this excitement happens, you feel the searing pain as it just presses into you, and the rest of you watch as Mercy just gets like pulled 3 feet up in the air, even at your size, by this massive beast that has you speared on multiple like horns and tusks coming out of its face. Its wild eyes going in all different directions. Spotlight's back to you.
I kick up my rifle.
I think he's scared about the relic, so let's
as
go.
I slam it down onto the carriage that's on its side. I don't have my mask on. They blind and gag me. Like, you're totally seeing my face right now. As I pull back this hammer, and I have like these flashes of these different moments of relics that I have seen in my life. And I will roll first before I say anything else. So can I give advantage? I don't have hope. Can someone give me advantage? I think now would be a good
I will
time.
definitely.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to shoot the relic with a lot of damage. Oh, I will crimson right beforehand.
Okay.
Okay. You see these tubes around my body spring to life as they begin to pulsate, and arcane energy begins to swell around me. I will take a hit. Oh my gosh. Okay.
How does someone give an advantage?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
by spending hope?
It's spending 1 hope to help them, and you describe how you help them in this.
Oh, but it doesn't have to be an experience. You literally can just say how you help.
Yeah,
Oh,
can
geez,
I give you an advantage?
I would love that.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
thought I was clear on that.
No, you were, and I just my brain went
Now?
stupid.
Yeah. So
We,
okay. 15.
Oh, wait.
16.
Oh, okay.
Whole one.
Can I help as well? Can more people help?
it's too late.
Generally, it's before the roll,
gotta be-
unfortunately.
Okay,
That's
all right.
okay, but 16 is a success.
Oh, great.
Holy schmoly. All right, that's with hope too. Let's go.
Yes.
Yes.
The difficulty was 15 on this, so.
Okay, sick. I will do 2d10 plus 4d6.
Holy shit, dude. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, he's.
I'm just kind of using my life. Can I take one more d6? Steve?
You're literally aiming just at the relic specifically.
It takes his own hit points to bolster his stuff.
That's insane. That is insane.
I see these flashes, and for a second before I pull the trigger, as I like shakily hold my finger over it, it's a warm night in the middle of the Sallowlands. I am younger. I am covered in these tattoos. I am on the walls of Oathwell. I am next to another guarding patrolman as I look down to see the populace of Oathwell gathered around some religious figure as they hold a nexus of some kind. And they have a celebration when relics of this kind are brought back from the Sorrowheart Sanctum. Alphonse isn't a man to really enjoy the comfort of the home that he has. But he looks to see as the kids run around and his own daughter, Valia, kind of run with the kids as they make a circle around this priest, the entire town watching. And as a warm smile just begins to creep around the edges of my mouth, there's a large white flash. And as we look back around this nexus that lies on the floor, all of the priest, those watching, celebrating, the kids and my daughter blow away in ash as I watch it creep to the stars. And I'll take the shot. $38 damage.
Fuck me.
Fuck.
What the fuck?
Yes.
This blast of red lightning energy just crackles and bursts out the front of your rifle as it impacts the loudest boom, like gong impact, shakes out. I need you to make another presence reaction roll for me, please.
Jesus.
That's a 40 with hope. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, it's a reaction. 40.
All right, so you do mark a stress, and you cover your ears as you begin to subconsciously begin stepping towards it off the front and move close distance towards it as,
right next to me.
as many others do. They all shift and move in closer.
You laugh. That's great, though. That's great.
That's great.
Wow.
Oh, they all start approaching it so we could run.
Run.
As it comes back, and there's a massive crack in the middle of it that is glowing red. As it kind of swings back, the ring slowly fading. You watch as the red crack in the center of it begins to recede, and the chain that's barely holding on detaches, and it hits the ground.
Could you?
As it does, everything kind of like every member of this community just looks for it in this like still stunned silence. And gives this horrible shrieking scream out to the heavens. What do you do?
Run.
I think I'm gonna grab Dilly.
Run.
Yeah, just so in case.
We run. Yeah, I'm gonna grab Dilly's hand because you're right next to me.
Great.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And take off running.
jump off this situation. Cagauma like looks back, like everybody looking at them, but it's like the thing. Yeah, jumps down and starts following you
Yeah.
too.
Before you do that, what would happen if you used your relicy knife to pierce it in the middle of the red?
Ooh.
The red crack.
Whoa.
It could be interesting.
I'll say,
Vibrations.
I'll say, here's the choice I'll offer you. If you all run now, I'll go to a chase counter to attempt to escape Hookborough in this moment. If you choose to go and figure out what this does, you will remain in the center of this battle and then have to find another way out of it.
Run.
Choice is yours.
There's no way we can defeat all of these.
Yeah,
If
no,
we
no,
stay,
no.
we're gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go.
Let's go.
Great.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
So
Yes.
as this streaking howl just tears through your mind and fills the air, this sense of doom kind of overcomes all of you, being in the presence of hundreds of baleful cries.
Really
We are the bane of civilization. Fear our name.
Oh my goodness.
We have slough out here in the Halcyon domain, y'all.
And we make it work.
As you all go,
I hear the Everreach is beautiful.
Oh, yes. We should go sometime.
Yeah.
you all go charging through while everyone is caught in this like rapturous horror. You all begin to run and bolt. You kind of glancing off and seeing. What are a few members of your community you remember from home?
Like, a few people that Dilly would call aunts and uncles, and people that she grew up with, all just staring up, but they've got that a look in their eyes that she doesn't recognize. She knows fundamentally that these aren't the people that she left or that left her, and she knows that she needs to leave with her chosen family.
You see tears pouring from the eyes of every member of this community as they all together mourn this moment, and with that momentum, you just continue to rush. Full sprint as hard as you can. Who's helming the first leg of this chase?
I will. And the way that I do it is by doing my best to hold as many back as I can.
Sure, go ahead and make a strength roll for me to just like push through the crowd and leave a path for everybody.
That is a crit.
Ooh, nice. That's going to tick that down 3 times. That brings us from a 6 to a 3 in first go. Describe to me how you make quite a path.
I'm raised in the air by this boar, and I see everyone moving towards this relic, and I see something in Dilly's eyes where, you are also being drawn to this thing, and that just switches something in me, and suddenly I end up snapping this boar's tusks within my body.
They remain.
As they remain in my body, and I just grab the boar by its eyes and just use it to charge through and create a path. And I shout your name, Dilly, to kind of get you out of this shake. And I'm like, run! As I kind of, move this boar and try and navigate it through the crowd.
It tumbles back onto its side and is trying to scramble. You grab its legs and just use it like a battering ram. And as you do, all these warriors that are still howling get knocked out of the way. Some try and grasp and get pushed off to the side, tumbling. You are just pushing an entire path outward and back towards the south side of this village, back towards the tree line. The rest of you following in suit, and you get a fair distance into this village, pushing people aside before people begin to come out of their howl and notice the chaos that's happening as all eyes turn, and a number of feral call warriors begin to turn and rush towards you. Who's taking the next leg?
I'm...
No.
I'm gonna turn around and conjure a swarm of firebugs that are gonna fly up and fly into everybody's faces as this swarm of bugs hit them as we try to run farther. So that's a spellcast roll. Can I add my experience, Eye of Newt, Toe of Frog? Because this is such a witchy thing to do.
I'll allow it.
All right.
You reach into a component pouch of various things you keep to enhance your magical capabilities.
Okay. 15?
15 is, 14 is what you need for this environment.
Nice.
That counts down to a 2.
Fuck! I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So, you go ahead and release this cloud of fire beetles. Go ahead and describe how they close the gap between you and your...
They swarm up and they kind of fill the gap between us and the people chasing us, and they go for the eyes. So it's just like bright fire in the eyes of everybody that's trying to chase us.
As they all get pushed back and try and swipe their way through the cloud itself, kind of blasting into their face, the community is both simultaneously looking out of curiosity, fear, and terror. Warriors are starting to charge in to give chase from the direction that you're tuning, and you see the large shape of other titanic behemoths. 2 of them reach down and grab nearby bits of stone or materials. One of them grabs another cart from fur and starts chucking them in your direction. I need you 2 to both roll d6s for me.
D6s?
Yeah. This will connotate who's targeted by these.
6.
3.
Right, 1, 2, 3. That's you. 6 means it's my choice. I'm gonna go at you because you're the one who's been pushing this through.
Okay.
You're the one who's clearing the path.
Cool. I'll take
So
it.
logically, they're trying to stop you from doing that. So against you, sister, that's gonna be 13.
Does not hit.
Nice.
As you see it coming towards you, describe to me how your veil deflects it.
Just almost like black purple shadows come up around me, and I duck down to the ground as I see it start to flare up, and the cart passes directly overhead.
It skips off you like a stone on a pond and then smashes into 2 other warriors that are rushing towards you to try and slam and grapple you, and they just get knocked back, tumbling into one of the huts that half collapses on its side, removing them from the path as you keep pushing through. Fucking hell. That's gonna be a 5.
Yes!
I think I misses you.
If it's not one thing.
Spend a fear.
Acid rain.
The clouds above, the chieftain, furious at everything, has been using its stone and its staff to conjure into the sky as you run, and as you do, bolts of lightning begin to charge. I need all of you to make an agility reaction roll for me,
I'm going to
please.
spend a stress to use quick reactions and give myself advantage on this roll.
Go for it.
Agility, yeah, brother?
Yep.
Okay.
I am
20.
so fucked.
All right, so you take...
Oh, crit!
Great.
Do it to action, but
So you take 9 points of magical damage. 9 points of magical damage.
5 plus a token, 6.
6. You take 18 points of magical damage.
Cool.
18.
18. 9 points of magical
Also
damage.
18.
9 points
I'm
of
gonna use
magical damage.
armor for this.
Go for
'cause-
it.
Yeah. So nothing.
All right, so you all continue charging forward. The tree line's getting closer, and you can hear the thunderous sound of hundreds of hooves beating against the ground behind you, like a massive, just storm of feral creatures. Now, for the moment, reverting to their original savagery out of retaliatory fury. Who's gonna take this next leg of the escape?
Can I send Badger, because otherwise we might get slowed down. So I'm just going to send Badger to just like aim for people's eyeballs, and just
So Badger's trying to rush around to
like causing as much chaos, like flying into people's faces, like claws into eyes, fangs into necks, whatever. Just as much chaos as humanly batterly possible.
Fair. Go ahead and roll a roll for me for Badger to do so.
Just a classic action roll.
Yep.
Crit.
Yes!
Dang!
All right. Gain a hope, clear stress. So describe to me how the tail end of this escape, Badger, manages to be the clinch pin of this finale.
So Badger has gone, like, since being thrown by Mercy, has really gained some like adrenaline, like kind of Hulk-like strength and rage, as he goes around aiming for like the flesh of eyeballs, and is just like fully like pulling out. I don't know why I'm obsessed with eyeballs right now. But eyeballs! And going for the jugular with fangs, like massacring this group of like feral, and is so fast that nobody can even slightly grab at them, and because they're like, you know, crazy feral, like, you know, they're off on one, aren't they? So yeah, like into ears, like any orifice, I don't know, just going for everything.
Fair.
And it's slowing them down. They're like, as soon as somebody like tries to lurch forward, Badger just like lightning flashing, going for them.
I love that. Real fast, did you make a reaction roll for Badger from the lightning storm?
No.
Could you do that for me?
Should I do Bowen?
Yeah.
Another crit. What? It's a double fall.
Laura,
This
give
is
me
look
your
at
fucking
that.
die,
This
bro.
is a shifting pendulum.
Like, unbelievable.
I take credit for your crits. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so good.
So magical.
Whoa.
In all of his majestic, so far relatively short bat life, it wasn't until now, amongst so many other creatures of nature changed, that he finds a true purpose. Beyond just your friend and your companion. No, today, in this moment, Badger is a guardian. And you hear the squeaks become war squeaks. As this bat harries the front row in ways you don't expect. Not the focus of the attackers as it rushes forward. The 3 warp boars that rush, mostly eyes on the top of the head. He swoops and just gashes through the front of their heads as they screech and turn and skid across the dirt. Their like hooved feet kind of in the air, causing a blockage that others have to try and move around as it slows down the pursuit. As you hit the forest line, another group of warriors comes forward as it goes and strikes the one at the front, right across the front of the face. As it does, it swings wide and hits another in the face. That one takes the impact, gets angry, and in its furious rage, instinctively reaches back, and in that savage return to their nature, it grabs and like starts physically slamming the first one that hit it. In a cascade of moments, the front line, so caught up with zealot fury, is now attacking itself, looking for something to hurt, as the wings of Badger slowly catch up to you all as you charge into the tree line.
I have both sides of the folding glider as we were running. Mercy, I have it. Good. I have it, Mercy. Good.
You all continue charging into the forest, following the path of those who are well-versed in hiding yourself in such thick brush and foliage. until eventually the shouts and cries of the Dova taken feral call grow more and more distant as you climb the threadbares until the tree line begins to fade and you find yourself near the crest, the massive towering dark mountain and the top of the city skyline cresting to visibility. This heavy rocking begins to fill the air as you watch the entirety of the sky before you glow with a bright, vibrant, green-blue hue. The faint emerald flame that seems to flicker around this mountain intensifies. You watch as streets across its line begin to glow and shift like a massive sigil seems to almost apparate from within the center of this incredible metropolis. Impossible lines, thousands upon thousands of connecting points of ancient alien arcanum begin to apparate and glow. You hear shrieks as ships begin to collide downward. The mountain quakes. And with one massive shudder, you watch as the ground around it splinters and cracks. And the city begins to recede into the ground.
What? Did we do that?
Oh my God, not really civilizations. Wait.
You watch as the rocks around you seem to levitate and you feel like the breath itself pulled from your lungs begin to escape. And this impossible moment itself held aloft in time. You've never seen something so grand and so horrifying at once. You can see in the sense of these streets just a glimmer, a moment of thousands of figures, souls vanish into this strange, magical, tethered boundary that seems to surround and yank the city beneath the surface before the sigil itself flashes. The ground seems to curl in and consume it. And as it recedes, the light gathers and brightens as the tip of the mountain begins to finally reveal itself from under the clouds itself, impossibly tall, this towering monument of whatever brought this city here. The light blasts out in a massive, magical shockwave. The light spreads out towards all of you, and you instinctually try and duck, but are thrown back. And in that blast of light, the ringing in your ears, first off, you all mark 2 stress.
Yeah, I'm stressed.
Yeah, I am.
I'm stressed.
And gently here, as your vision comes to, the ringing in your ears, worried for a moment that perhaps you are permanently blind, your vision begins to crystallize. And now, where there was once this massive metropolis, there is this broken crater. Chunks of remnant ruin, of stonework and metal jutting out in places. The very center of it, a gaping hole, like an open wound. Who knows how large across from this distance? And little plumes of green smoke and flickering emerald fire that remain, keeping the shape of this weird large sigil before some of them begin to fade. The city is gone. And where it's gone, you look out to the edges of this blast, and down in the crater, others remain. And this pale green glow pulsing in the center of that wound, a source of unknown power left in its wake. That's where we're gonna go to break.
Oh my God, we're the mark!
What the fuck?
I should have turned into a beast, man.
We are the bad guys. Was that because we broke the relic?
I don't know, man.
Well, we'll have to ask some questions and do some exploration when we come back.
How hard is it to live in Amber Reach? Because I think I need to be.
Yeah,
We'll be back here in a few minutes.
Oh my goodness.
The Daggerheart Nexus is your digital partner, however and wherever you play. With tool-tipped digital rulebooks that are easy to read on any device, explorable Daggerheart card decks with list and card views so you can browse how you want, and in-depth character tools for creating and playing your character that you can take with you into Roll20 or print out for your offline adventures. Plus, new and ever-expanding GM tools that give you the power of play. So, whether you're running the game, playing it, or getting your characters ready for next time, Daggerheart Nexus is there for you any way you play. Available now at daggerheartnexus.com.
Hey critters, it's Laura Bailey here to show you what we've got in the Critical Role shop. Look at these, so small but so cool. Oh, Laudna would love this. Need more dice? These are nice. You can never have too many dice. Take it from me.
It's small, practical, and perfect. Just like me.
Our friends at Darrington Press have been hard at work.
Finally, something tasteful.
I would like to buy!
All these cool things and so much more. Check it all out at the Critical Role shop.
I have to say something real quick.
Yeah.
Good day, good day.
A pop pop.
Yeah.
Welcome to Weird Kids.
Letters. And welcome back. So, as you all take in the concept of the great city of promise vanishing, it seems, from the Halcyon domain and leaving crackles and remnants of raw power behind throughout this space. And there in the center of this massive crater where it once stood, a glowing thrum of power emanating from inside some sort of open chasm. The buzzing in your body and your head begins to fade, and you all glance about to each other.
I want to see if my relic is responding to this pulsating light, or if it's changing light, maybe.
You, at the moment, no. You all are kind of like sitting on the outskirts of all of this.
How far away are we from
The center? Miles.
Okay.
Bowen, I promise this is not something that typically happens around us.
I mean, it's happened nonstop since we've been together, but...
You see Bowen looking over this, kind of like his helmet just drops into the dirt, and he kind of like slowly sinks to his knees and says, "Is there anything worth hoping for out here? When everything is filled with lies and dust, and every promise just evaporates when you reach for it."
I think you'll notice, Bowen, nothing about you new, that you did know, has changed at all. This is our world. But you could have been inside those walls when it happened. We endure.
We endure.
Do you think this happened because of the relic we destroyed?
I gotta be honest. If it was that tied to the integrity of this entire town, I don't think they would have kept it outside its walls.
What triggered it? What triggered it?
Maybe just dumb luck. What are these remnants of power you said were left behind in the city?
So as this massive crater kind of sits before you, with layers of kind of jagged, blasted hill cliffs and kind of broken, snaked bits of landscape that has been relatively flattened by the impact of this banishing. There are curling drifts, little plumes of kind of green-black smoke that still smolder behind with flickering, glittery bits of greenish light within. Some of these ruined structures bearing similar little flickers behind, all getting brighter towards the center of where this open wound of this crater sits.
And how far away is the first flicker that we see?
Probably about a quarter mile away.
I feel like we should look into that.
Get closer.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just take a step forward. Can I take what I have, the little glass with the bone in it? I will take that out at this point.
As you pull it free, the sphere itself is glowing a similar emerald tint. It is like your fingers feel this kind of vibrating buzz to the orb as you clutch it in your fingers. It almost stings at the touch. And it's more vibrant than it was when you last checked it within your coat. There is a strong magical presence here, even with the city's current missing state.
Did I receive this just days kind of pretty much before we met? Or when did I receive this originally?
This was less than a week before everyone gathered.
Just days before we all met, as fate has us intertwined. I met someone out in the Sallowlands, covered in head to toe, with blood. In a panic, they handed me this. I'm not one to be a fan of relics and their hope. But this didn't feel like the relics I have seen in the past. I thought there would be a reason why it ended up in my possession. And now, ever since we've hit the forest and when things started to grow, it has been glowing like this and getting brighter. And I still have no idea what it is.
Can I see that, Alphonse?
Yeah. I attempt to give it to her.
You hand it to her.
Great.
And it's a finger?
It's a glass orb about that large, and in the center of it there is a bone of a finger bone, kind of just set in the center of it.
Does it look, human-sized? Does it look...
It looks human-sized.
All right.
What's your knowledge?
3.
3? Yeah, I mean, even just glancing at this looks to be a human finger bone. And it could be either that of a young man or an adult woman. You're uncertain which.
Do we have a moment?
And even before anybody answers, I'm going to sit down and put my hand down on the ground. And I'm going to stare into this ball. And I'm going to try to commune with the spirit that this bone finger is connected to.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
All right. Yeah, that is 13, which I get to physically experience a scene relevant to the answer.
You're looking through a land of shadowed shapes. Like a shadow puppet show. You see a black horizon of people marching north, all emblazoned in red tabards and red robes. You see a figure up front holding a tome in their hand with long strips of cloth with all manner of detailed scrawling on it. Prayers, edicts. They walk with a smile, a masculine figure, impossibly handsome, a young man with long black hair that trails almost down to the back of his ankles as it blows back behind him. He marches with an endless line of followers behind. You see past his shoulder the distant glow of amber reach. So far away, but they march with confidence. As this figure smiles, trained, intent, a strong air of rebellion and purpose on his face. A woman takes his side and his arm, herself wearing similar red robes, beautiful long gloves and rings. She has vibrant green eyes and a pale silver hair that tumbles past her shoulders. And as she looks up at him, it's the only moment he breaks his gaze from Amber Reach. They kiss. He looks back to the city, and the march continues. The march continues. The last thing you see is an awareness of every statue, of every veiled god in the Halcyon domain at once, turning in their direction.
Do I know this figure? Do I know who
don't.
that would have been? But I saw the red robes and the long hair in my dream as well.
You did.
What did you see, sister?
I saw a man leading an army of followers to the Amber Reach. To the contempt of all the veiled gods who saw him.
Was it
And a woman at his side with green eyes.
Was the green the similar color to the green magic that we're seeing here?
Both green.
My dream that I had. Help me, Matthew. Because I definitely remember every detail that you told me that. But I saw that army being destroyed, right, by the gods?
You saw the sundering of this landscape at some point in history. And the memory of these people crushed and wiped beyond a footnote in tomes scavenged since.
They were destroyed. Destroyed here, where the lake once stood they were before.
And this finger was his or hers?
Having had that vision and that communion, you get the sense this is a remnant of her past physical self. Likely the only one.
I wonder if her power has endured.
It used my wife's voice. It filled me with rage to think that some form of corruption would try to deceive me. And so, I wanted to take the pilgrimage here. To destroy whatever being it was to dare call upon me in such a way. And her, who is she? This finger. To what to this land?
I don't know.
Did you ever see the God King with Thedius?
I'd say probably not. Not if you barely left the wood.
No. I wonder if it was him, if...
Did he wear red robes?
Red robes. That was really hard to say.
The dangers of the great God King of Thedius.
The God Queen of robes.
I can't. I just know that this curse was because of the God King, and I'm wondering if perhaps he corrupted her, or she corrupted him. And that was his punishment.
Maybe she made him strong.
If we were to bring that finger closer to that flame,
If we were to destroy this orb, I wonder what it would do.
would it uplift this curse?
That is not my decision to make anymore. For now, it is our decision. I'll look forward down into the green fire, or this energy. Are we delivering something that could cause more destruction? Are we blindly following something that we shouldn't?
Well, if we are, we'll destroy it, and we've left a trail behind us.
Well, then we'll figure it out. And whatever it is, we fight it together. We figure out what is happening together.
Perhaps this magic is unclaimed now. Perhaps we can use it to our advantage.
Cagauma, my sister says this. You kind of taking this in and glancing on the horizon, your keen sight focuses on the edges of this massive plain. And you see shapes, groups, distant figures marching into this hell scar.
Doing the same thing. They want to claim it too.
Oh.
No. We gotta go.
Do we know, can we see Hookburrow from here?
Well, here, let me give you a little perspective.
How funny would it be if we turned around and the same thing was happening to us? I was sinking into the ground.
It's like we're all...
So,
Whoa!
there's where
whoa!
And there's the wound.
And where are we?
So we're like over yonder?
The scar? Is that what it says?
The hell scar.
Where are we, sorry?
Sick. We're up
You
there.
are up just at the top of that.
Okay.
So we came.
Now we're there.
Can I please send Badger to see what happened to the people of Hookburrow? Like, are they following? Are they dead?
You can. It'll take Badger a while, and it'll be a while till he comes back, but you can go check.
And we can move forward.
And we can move forward, yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
We're getting closer to the wound.
I think we should. Well, the wound is where the core.
The thing is,
that-
so we're doing
we
it.
should head towards the
Definitely.
first glimmer of green that we see.
Should we rest first? Does anyone need to rest?
People are heading in. We don't think we have time for that.
Okay, cool.
Can I check if the dagger has any reaction near the finger? Or is it just, it's different magics?
You take the dagger forth, and the dagger has a similar kind of vibration to it. You're uncertain if it's because they're reacting to each other, or they're both just reacting to unbridled arcana.
The finger has to belong to the woman.
Yeah.
It has to be the woman.
I say...
Maybe she is the Grim Hunter.
Yeah. I say we get to the wound and be the first ones before these shadows get closer.
That's a good name for it.
We'll call it that. This green wound. The wound.
And there, we'll call it the Hell Scar.
All right.
You begin to trek down into the edge of this massive crater, pushing forward. So for those who are wanting to gather, you feel like the presence of the magic suffuse the area as you do. The Hellscar environment has a feature called residual magic. And so while you're within the proximity of the Hellscar and you're making a spellcast roll, you can mark a stress to gain advantage on it.
Oh, sweet.
Just by the nature of its proximity.
Amazing.
Cool.
When you do, something might happen.
Ooh.
Sweet. Nice. Love it.
But you feel that energy kind of suffuse the air as you do. It's a smell. It's this very kind of... It's a combination of like that electrical fire scent with a bit of like religious brazier incense. It has this odd, otherworldly smell to it, but you begin to trek down into this expanse, kind of jumping over the rocks and pressing down. Continuing downward. Who is helming the first leg of this trek?
Real quick, I'm just gonna use my health potion, if that's cool.
Go for
I'm
it.
gonna rest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a soup.
Thank you. 1d4 plus 1, let's go.
And it's plus another one. Okay. I rolled a 1. Could you believe that? Dude.
Buddy.
Dude.
When I use my instinct, I feel like Cagauma being here and their bravery as of recently in using magic, and feeling the vibration of everything around us, they're starting to tap into their divine instinct to power through closer to this wound.
Sure.
It's the first time I think that I am helming. I think I'm ready to helm for the first time. Oh, it's horrible. No, actually, no, just kidding. It's 10 plus 2, 12 with hope.
12 with hope. Take a hope.
Oh my god, I have hope. I have been out of hope for so long. It's been rough out here, guys.
Out of hope.
So you look ahead and begin guiding the rest of the troop through the. Right now, this terrain here is a bit rough and tumble. You have to kind of leap down from shelves. It's better than climbing up when you got to the cusp of the broken coast before. So it doesn't impede you necessarily, but it does take a little bit of thought moving around. It doesn't take too long before you hear a horn, a familiar horn, and glance not directly behind you, but off to the side a little bit further east of here. It looks like the masses of Hookborough have also come upon the vanished city, and you assume possibly wrestling with the vanishing of their new god. And their curiosity is piqued enough that they're starting to descend into the Hellscar as well.
It's like a race.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be long if whomever's still left in the Tower of Exodus to notice this.
Oh.
So we better hurry up.
Yeah, thank God we made friends along the way.
We sure did, didn't we?
Owen kind of nods and says, They've sent some of our finest before to look into the city.
Oh.
If they're still alive, are they still with it? And he just kind of continues his march. Kind of
Really have done a lot of damage.
Well, maybe that wasn't us.
I feel so bad.
Yeah.
Are you helming the next leg?
Yeah, I'm going to helm the next leg.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I think, having seen or noticed their presence, I'm going to essentially try and find another way around to kind of get
keep that gap.
Yeah, keep that gap.
Sure.
Because if we're going like this, I
we're
almost
wanting
want
to move it ahead.
Yeah.
What do you want to use straight for that? Instinct or knowledge kind of vibing on?
I think I'm going to go for instinct.
Instinct?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, to perceive and navigate. Oof, 20.
With?
Hope.
Great. That counts. That's 2 down, so that's only down to a 1. You move around, and as you do, you come over one kind of cliff edge that was blocking your view from a much closer deposit of this kind of burning remnant energy. And so it's just a short distance to grab there. You begin to march in that direction, and we'll say this is the final tick is part of you approaching it. As you get there, you can see there is it's like the outer piece of a corner cathedral. There's beautiful gargoyle statues rising up, themselves cracked and kind of set aside. You see glass shattered out in places, and it's like the outer edge of a beautiful structure, but it's just sheared. Like most of what was there just went away. And beyond where that corner is, there is just this like burning crystal kind of sitting in the ground. And with that, the smoke is just kind of wafting off of it.
Can I use my knowledge that I learned from the commune and seek it out to get there directly, knowing what the orb felt like and what that magic essence feels like?
Sure, go for it.
Okay. 20.
With?
Fear.
All right. So indeed, as you approach, you kind of feeling the buzz of the energy around here. You've connected with all sorts of old magics and with the old world and through history. And as you approach this kind of crystal, you notice it's less a crystal, it's a sigil that's burned on the ground. It had almost a physical shape in a distance, but the smoke was kind of obscuring it, like a heat signature would change its shape. And as you get there, it's part of a burned rune, like a circular rune on the ground. And as you get close to it, almost the energy, you actually watch, almost like iron filings near a magnet. The energy kind of begins to almost lean in your direction. Do you approach it?
Yes.
You approach it, and as you do, the rest of you watch as this sigil kind of almost seems to jump from the ground where it was and affixes itself to your chest, and where it burns there for a second, your eyes go green. You're pulled now to a vision of a grand battle within a towering cityscape. Terrible energies unleashed as a motley crew of figures battle. A towering demon with an iron scepter and a cape of flowing darkness that's topped with an 8-pointed star. It snarls and swings as it smashes one of them into pieces against a stone wall outside of a structure. The ground itself begins to crack, and you're pulled back into the space that was in the city.
That was here.
That was here.
That was also from the battle. The city was from the past. We have to keep moving forward.
That demon entity that I tell everyone about, does that sound like one of the gods?
You have never heard of an entity like this. It stood towering, an iron crown upon its brow. You know elements through your history and knowledge of beings of such power and prominence, but also, you know, what little bit you've even seen of these visions of the history of this landscape is beyond your study. But what you saw happening here, this conflict, was in the throes of this mysterious city that no longer resides.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? So that conflict was in the past, but it was present as well.
I saw it as if it was, but...
You ruminate on it, and some of the figures you saw in this conflict, you see one with like a dark blue cloak over one shoulder, and as they shrug it off, you see a hand made of metal crackling with odd blue lightning before it pulls back and then throws a massive punch. You kind of shudder out of that vision again and kind of shake your head. You glance over again and you see a full armored exemplar charging in from the other side before it gets crushed under a massive clawed chicken-like foot of this massive demon creature. You shake out of it again. If an exemplar was present...
Oh no.
Then this couldn't be that old of a vision.
That happened. That was happening here. Wait.
Oh my god, wait. So, nobody could see outside of the city. That battle was happening. That battle was happening.
That battle was
here.
Triggered. This.
Maybe they finally defeated what was in the center of the city. Maybe the utopia we saw was a facade.
We must run.
And that must mean there's a winner. Somewhere.
Yes.
There's more happening than we could have imagined.
We gotta go.
Let's go.
We gotta go.
How far away is that next?
Roll a d4 for me.
Oh my god. That's cacked. 4.
4? It is 4 ticks away.
Fucking hell.
Can I? So what are we doing?
We're going quickly to the next.
Quick
Yeah.
to
should we go
where?
to the next one, or should we go to the city center?
I want to say that it'd be better to know our enemy before we show up to him. And maybe if we get a couple more visions and then head there, maybe that would be smart. But we also have 3 other factions running the same thing.
How far are the fact this is like for a judgment is
the center?
I mean,
you think we should?
They're all marching at the speed of marching troops do, and
we should go to the center.
You can guess whether or not
what
they're
if in the
stopping
center
at
is
their
exactly what they want, and like feeding the finger to the thing
I
is
mean,
gonna be.
but the battle was fought. The city has fallen.
All right.
I say we go
But
to
we
the
could be
center.
heading towards the demon. But I feel like we would see that demon creature at the city center, wouldn't we?
You don't see any massive demon creature at the center of the
What if it's
hellscape.
underneath the green wound? And we're feeding the finger to it, and it'll be worse.
I say we go.
I kind of look to Dilly. I kind of say, like, give you a nod. Say, go.
I'm going to use my Waste Wanderer ability, and are there places like you said there was a cathedral.
Like a chunk of cathedral, you can see other bits of structures ahead. In the
Okay,
distance.
great. I'm going to use my agility to traverse this landscape and find us the quickest path to the center.
Sure.
Maybe
Okay.
there's
So this is
a little
full
one on
sprint
the way
maneuver.
to the center.
Yeah, so you're just heading towards the center?
Yeah.
Is there a little one on that crosses paths with our path to the center?
Well, if you're not going to the next one, roll a d8 for me. Or
it's far.
Actually, you roll a d8.
D8? Have I got a D8? Is this a D8?
No, it's a D10.
No, it's a D8.
That's a D. That right there. Yep, that guy.
It's 5.
Okay, so plus 4, that's 9. So it's 9 ticks to get to the center if you just straight shoot it.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can kind of ping pong and get information along the way, but it might take a little bit longer. Up to you.
Oh, man.
I think this is a race for the center for some reason. I
Yeah,
have this
me
feeling.
too.
I have this feeling.
All right.
That it's the first person to the center might have some aid of some sort.
We don't even know what it
I
is.
know, but I would rather us be the first to discover what's in the middle than whatever the
Yeah,
fuck
I
is
don't want
going
to be
on
fighting
there.
all those people.
That's fair. A race to the center it is.
Very well. So, go ahead and begin to helm you in a rapid sprint through a ragged landscape, Dillywin.
Can I help?
If you want to, yeah. How
Yeah,
do you help?
I'm going to spend a hope, and I think like the way I don't know how this landscape is, but I know that you're good, with height and with moving and agility. So I'm going to kind of run and barge and hit whatever spikes are, sort of to kind of help the path of this trajectory to push her forward as she goes
Fantastic.
along.
Great.
Is this an agility roll?
This is an agility roll, and you add a
Brilliant.
d6 to it.
11 plus 4 is 14 with hope.
15.
15 with hope.
16.
So good. 16 with hope.
16 with hope?
Yeah.
That's a success. So with that, you push forward with a success with hope. That's going to
Actually,
that
it's
down to
18 with hope.
18 with hope. So that'll bring it down to a 7 for the charging timeline moving forward. Pushing forward. You continue to rush down that direction, leaping over sections, going past. You can see other structures moving past. You see the plumes of smoke a little ways off to the way, kind of looming and calling to you, but you keep focused on the center and continue to run. As you run, you can hear other horns off to the side. Things from other edges. You just see shapes moving, and it's too far for you to make out, and kind of the progressively lowering light as the day gets darker and darker as you get closer to the center. It's too far to make out details, but there is definitely, if you're out in the open here rushing, and you can see them, they can probably see you too. And the charge continues.
Okay. As we're beelining it to try to get to whatever awaits us at this center, I think now more of this environment as we head out of this grassy woodland that's very dense. I think now it's lining up more to be a battlefield that I'm akin to, where it's just like if I was in a raider caravan, or if we, had to jump from ruins to ruins in this middle of this wasteland, then it's like now I'm starting to become more adapted to this, to use my knowledge of survival in battles where it is just torn like a trader caravan that has just been blown over and it's chaos around.
Beautiful.
I think like being able to keep a straight head on my shoulders is a good way to go about this, as we also try to like, we have to make cover. We're at a disadvantage. It's like the caverns. It's the canyons. It's all the same.
Great. What trait do you want to use for this? Best you think? Knowledge, instinct?
I'd say instinct. They're the same.
Can I use my last hope to give? I keep thinking I have to give you advantage. To give you advantage on this, since I have experience in like low light situations and shadowy hiding, and since you're saying we need to be covered as we're doing this, I'm gonna help.
I think that's great because then it's like your ability
My
to traverse
shadows
the
kind
woods.
of overtake you, and you feel it as well.
Fantastic. Let's roll.
Okay. I will say instinct. I'm working on a pure instinctual matter as we run through. 16.
18.
Great.
With?
Hope.
Great. Take that.
Perfect.
It's going to take it down to a 5. Continuing to rush down, you can see that kind of thrumming glow from the center. It's now this massive column of like green smoke that burns out from the center and turns into black as it continues upward. The wind's kind of picking up and blowing. You can see it kind of shifting and kind of moving a little bit to the west with the wind as it goes. The wind itself picking up a little more steadily as you move through, now that there's very little resistance down for it to push down through this crater. You can still hear off in the distance the sounds of distant echoing shouts from across this plain of other soldiers yelling, giving orders. And you can just faintly hear the low din of hundreds of footfalls, trailing one after the next, becoming just a buzz in the distance as you all kind of sprint towards the center.
General question.
Yes.
Is there any bodies around?
No.
Oh, that's weird.
That's weird.
That's weird.
Something happened. Can I, having helped him and feel the shadows growing within me, I'm gonna try to step forward and use my knowledge of this shadowy landscape to move quickly as possible through.
Sure. I'll say if you want to use knowledge for that then?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna add a hope to that using Dilly's bright eyes.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. I have advantage on perceiving details in low light areas.
Yeah, by all means.
17 plus 6 is 23.
Plus 4.
27.
With?
Fear. I apologize.
Such good
It's okay. Counts it down to a 4. So, you kind of lock in as the light gets lower and lower, the impending sunset beyond the misty clouds. You push the group forward, but that drop in temperature also brings with it a mist that begins to rise off of this rocky expanse, obscuring some of your vision, but growing thicker as time moves on. You have that glow as a beacon to keep pushing towards, but some of you stumble as you have lesser visual perspective on the small leaps and the rapid pace that you're keeping. Cagauma, you have tripped for a second and someone has to grab your shoulder and pick you up. Some of you begin to feel like exhaustion settling in and you keep moving forward. I'm going to say you, in the frustration of this, mark a stress as you continue to push everyone forward. You're getting closer and closer still, but the mist is making it harder to know if you're closer than others.
I'm going to use my bright eyes ability here because that's going to help us loads.
So you're keeping a close,
yeah,
low light in the mist. You're like, I've done this before.
I've done this before.
Great.
Yeah.
So for that, make an instinct roll for me,
Yeah.
and you can spend a hope to add your experience.
I'm gonna spend a hope to help, give you some advantage, and kind of because I know Dilly's good at seeing it from far, I'm helping you guys navigate with Dilly.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all working together on that front. Nice.
12 plus 5 is 17 with hope.
And 17. Get plus 6 as well.
Oh.
So.
Well, that is a definite success with hope. That puts it down 2 right there.
We're at 2.
You're at 2 left on the counter. You're getting closer still as the mist has gotten wide. However, it's kind of diffused. That glow has now become this kind of bright source of energy that both is present and easy to follow, but it also, like headlights in the fog, is kind of starting to smear any detail in the shadows of the mist around you. And you hear the charging and rushing of other factions, uncertain how far, how close they might be. The wind itself is getting loud, pushing the mist aside as they move as well, and with that, your senses are starting to swirl, and it's discombobulating, but you push on. This final push.
We don't even know what we're running after.
I said, but I understand. We must find out. We must find out.
I'm gonna lead this charge because I have no idea what the fuck we're gonna get into.
Okay.
And seeing Dilly sort of, and having now seen like it being very clear as to where we're going, I'm gonna go to Bowen and just borrow his shield.
Of course, take it.
Kind of as we're running, like he throws a doof, crash the shield, and I'm just gonna kind of charge forward, hoping to sort of clear a direction and lead this thing towards us, just in case whatever we meet will meet my force.
The closer you get to the center, you can see there's like rising bits of rock that were kind of set up by the blast of this vanishing city, giving you almost like walls that have naturally formed in the way that you have to maneuver around, and that slows you down. You, with the shield, just start trying to punch through them and carve a clear path. So go ahead and make a strength roll.
Can I add in a help here?
If you want to spend a hope to do so.
Yeah.
He hasn't said what he rolled yet.
That's why I didn't.
Yeah.
I knew you'd roll good enough, dude.
You gotta quit?
Hell
yeah.
It's fine. You rolled it before you said it.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, really?
I'll add to it anyway. Like, you know, I said. So,
Yeah.
it was because Dilly helped.
Indeed. So explain to me how the two of you work together on this to clear the final bit of this to the wound itself.
Dilly's sat on your shoulder.
Yeah.
And going, this way, that way. No, don't go,
And
don't
I'm
get
just
out.
like coming in through hearing, just poof, 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 kind of as it comes through, charging through and kind of creating this path.
It's like Dark Souls Kool-Aid Man. You're just like
Kool-Aid
wall after wall after wall. You're just smashing through thin sheets of stone that have been kind of pressed up and kept in your way. And with that, the rest of you kind of fall in behind and continue rushing quickly. Eventually, that kind of thrumming glow gets brighter and brighter, and the bowl that you've been rushing through gives way into the edge of the wound, where there are now cliff drop-offs, heavy step falls that lead into the pit below. This kind of growing green light itself kind of fills the space as you approach, and as you step down into the first elements of it, past a certain element of the field, the green color, it's almost like passing through a color barrier, shifts into a purple tint.
What happened there? What the hell happened?
That was pretty.
The pulse. the pulse of green that was drawing you. You crossed a boundary, and it's like the true source, the true nature of whatever this might be, reveals itself in a more pure, grounded way. Uncertain if it was a lure or a lie or just a protective measure to keep what this is obscured. As you step into this center, the entire core of this pit, and obscured by mists in this space, is hundreds of connecting threads of arcane scrolling on a large scale. Many places broken and kind of like, almost you can see lines shifting and bending like it's trying to reconnect, like someone has broken a massive pattern that is beginning to pull and fade in places.
I turn around and go away. Got it. We should have what's going on.
Are in over our heads.
About this time behind you, you hear the clashing of blades and metal and roars and war cries as factions unseen, collide into large-scale warfare behind you. You were the first to get here, and those who fell behind have come into conflict to fight over what can be found in this space. You hear the sound of battle getting louder at your back. What do you do?
Can we even scale it? Like, it's a sheer drop-off, right?
It drops down?
It drops down about 15 feet, and then about 10 feet, and then about 20 feet. It is going to be some minor climbing and cliff drop.
And the arcane scrolling comes from our level down, or it?
It's deeper inside and around the inside of the walls. Some lines kind of lean up into it, but your vision is odd because it looks like these like glowing threads that are almost burned into the rock around that kind of weave and twist. You swear you see some of them like shifting, ones that don't have a connecting point, and it's almost, you're not certain if they're carved in the rock or they're just set adrift in space and seeking a tether point, like it's alive or breathing.
Should we head down?
Yeah,
we're in it now.
Otherwise, we're going to turn around and go into literally. Yeah, let's start going down.
Should we avoid the scroll work?
Yes, I think
imagine.
so.
Until we see the precipice of it, like the entire,
Yeah.
All right.
I look over at you with both gliders under my arms. We put it together now.
Yeah, like, do we have time?
We can't figure it out. It's just like when you're talking.
Who's going to help the group figure out the best way to climb down?
I mean, I've got an advantage on agility rolls that involve balancing and climbing.
Yes,
so,
you do.
yeah,
Let's go. Make an agility roll.
She's up ahead. So I'm doing this with it. And I'm going to add... Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to add my Waste Wanderer ability onto that as well.
Sure.
So this is agility roll, right?
Do you feel like do you want me to use my hope to give some sailing? Or are you feeling good?
I think I'm feeling
good.
I hope I'm feeling good.
Yeah. You got it's gonna be a crit.
Yeah. It's not a crit, but it is 16 with hope.
Nice.
Excellent.
Very rapidly, you begin to glance around, do the math in your head, and while there's no branches to leap from, there is all manner of broken and ragged cliff edges that you begin to reach over, lower down, and kind of lead the way for everyone else to follow suit. With your initial help and your guiding folks down, you begin to delve deeper in. The smell in here transitions slightly. The strong kind of faint crackle of magic that was there begins to coincide with like a smoky sulfur, like a brimstone-esque type strong scent that begins to like sting the senses a bit. As you move down further in, this smoke grows more and more stinging to the eyes, and as you kind of look down to the source of this bright purple glow, it's almost, you can't focus on it for too long. It's like looking into a bright light, and you are almost forced to look away. Keeping your eyes averted and using the shadow and the shape as you go, you step and avoid any of these kind of connecting lines of arcana. And then you see shapes amongst the bits of ruin and structures of buildings that are beginning to show down in this wound. You see broken parts of staircases and doorways that are just sheared and missing with stones tumbled off them. You see walls. You see bits of subterranean structure that still remain, not unlike the cathedral piece that you would come across on the surface. Other facets of perhaps the city now gone, left behind, and little echoes of what once took this space. And amongst those ruins you see shapes. Beyond that still. You see a cluster of humanoid figures climbing up through the ruin. And as you look, you see bloodied and bruised people, like looking panicked and shaken. You see women and soldiers themselves kind of like climbing up, and one of them kind of goes, "You there? Have you come to help us?"
I want to use my instinct and my comfort. I want to use my instinct and my comforting experience to ask, what the fuck happened?
my instinct to figure out if they're fucking evil.
Sorry, are you trying to calm them? What are you trying to do with your instinct?
I'm trying to perceive, or I guess like sense if this could be a trap, or do they have like better intent?
Go right ahead.
So, and I'm using comforting as my experience as well.
It's all okay.
Okay.
Are you bad?
Yeah.
Are you bad?
17.
I'll say use comforting as a way to not show that you are.
I'm so scared. Absolutely.
And also just to not show that you're prying.
Exactly.
With your questions.
So 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 with fear.
With fear.
So I notice these shapes, these children, people, and I approach.
Pardon me. You say if we're here to save you, but what happened? What do you need saving for?
The robed one at the front says, "We were trapped in that horrid city, and I think they succeeded."
Who succeeded?
The heroes that came to banish it from this place. I didn't think they could do it, but they did. Now we're free. What's outside of here?
It's not looking good up there. Who are these heroes you speak of?
So, because you made this roll, I'm gonna go ahead and whisper.
And what, sorry?
Whisper? What?
Whisper.
Oh no. This is gonna be the fourth civilization. The underground one. They're like,
This one is a bad civilization. I believe these people are full of shit.
Oh, 100%.
These are demons.
Yeah. The heroes are probably not the heroes that are our heroes.
I'm sorry, I believe up there it's not looking so great. I think you are better off here. Can you give me one moment?
And I turn to all of you.
Of course.
Thank you so much. You've been so kind. I turn to all of you. We have to go.
They're like climbing up the rock around the sides and like helping each other up to try and join you.
Do not touch them.
I think I would instinctually just turn around and run. I mean,
do we run up now, or do we keep going down?
If they're going...
Are they coming up now?
They're coming up.
But then we go down? Do we go further down?
we have to go further down?
Where do we go?
What do we do? Where do we go?
As you're having this kind of look about each other, the one that was talking goes, "Oh well, it was a fun while it lasted."
Oh no!
And as it like brings its fingers together, its hand seems to shimmer, and what was once 5 fingers is now 7 on each hand, and they kind of bend and crack the sound of bones into a strange hand sigil that flashes for a second. The rocks above you suddenly glow in an odd, fiery pentagram as a shattered ender drifts out of the center of it. You see this like faceless feminine form with massive horns that come up into a central golden sphere.
Oh shit!
And all the people around you watch as this shimmer vanishes. And you see there all these odd, crooked-looking, gnarled demon figures in hoods with hooked weapons, all kind of clambered up around you. The one that you were talking to, as it pulls its hand back, its image shifts, and you see not the 2, but 6 arms kind of set at the side as it's dormant of chains and odd, like dark priest-like attire, pulls back and looks at you and says, "Well, you'll help us one way or the other. So, let's make this easy. I'll be right back."
Oh no! Psych! All right, great.
We shouldn't have gone in.
Tell them to relax.
I know. I'm gonna try to use voice of reason. Oh, I have this. I have because I rolled this.
Are you gonna try?
No, we can't voice
No,
of
I'm not.
reason.
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh god.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, what? My god. Did you get your fingers, or is everybody okay?
I'm good.
Oh shit.
So.
Yeah, no voice of reason here for now.
For now.
But you never know when it might be a distraction.
Oh my god. Wait.
Where would you like to be along this edge here as they came up this side?
So definitely, I'd be.
Okay.
I would say we lost lead, so I'd be near the.
Yeah,
the
we're
center,
at the front.
So it's about there.
Yeah.
What about the rest?
Are we coming? Were we on this
You
ruin?
were coming down this way.
Okay.
And that's where the people emerged from that side.
I'm probably gonna be kind of close, I guess. Fuck me. So I'm gonna say I'm like a little bit further. Yeah, that's perfect.
I'll be like right over.
Probably right here off the side.
I'll be like kind of behind, like on this rock. This little. Yeah, I'll be there.
Would you allow me to have a second to be like a little up the stairs for a vantage point, or do you think that's
up here?
Yeah, just a little bit more, so I could.
I'd say
maybe when I saw the figure starting
like,
to ascend, I started going, oh no!
Which I say that might be the trigger where he's like, oh yes, the jig is up.
I'm climbing on all fours.
I'm next to Mercy, but I think I'd do a similar thing and just get as high as possible on the stairs.
So the two of you begin to dart up this way.
Yeah.
So I'll put you about there.
Yeah.
All right. That is everyone on that side.
Where are our new friends?
Where is the scary bitch? Scary
This
bitch.
is the one.
Oh my god.
That's the one that was talking to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kagama over here. Oh goodness.
With two of
Wait a
these
second.
little fucked up guys.
Wait a second. What?
This looks fucking horrendous.
Oh, thank you for the commentary on
I'm just thinking to myself.
Did you think it was?
Are these like red robes?
Like they were Are these red robes?
The one is blue, but the other ones are red. They're kind of like a
reddish.
It's hard to tell
robes.
because the light's a little
That's a
purpley,
red
too.
robe.
There's a lot.
There's a couple
Stop
red.
it.
Oh, there's so many. I have no hope.
Me, I
None
have
at
one.
all.
I've got three.
Oh my god,
shit.
there's so many.
Okay.
I'll be using my pew-pews then.
Okay. Can you? No, we are trapped.
Now this is the time where I'm like, I have no idea what
We're sandwiched.
we do because we're sandwiched. Yeah.
And this is the.
Oh, there's one behind. Oh, she was right there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Who's that?
The one that we might think it's the finger.
Okay.
Oh.
That's the finger?
Hopefully, I
Yeah,
don't know.
who's talking to us?
This fella right there.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
that was the one that turned.
Maybe
into...
he was the one with long hair, and the other one was the.
Oh yeah, he does have
woman.
very long hair.
Yeah. I don't know why I said that.
Spotlight's with you at this point.
What's behind that guy?
You can't see at that point. You have to get closer.
Okay.
I'm going to charge into him.
Sure.
Let's go. Roll.
That
go
is
for it.
so funny.
Go for
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah. That's perfect. I like the
Are you trying to damage him or push him off?
Push him off.
Let's go.
Yeah. So it's a.
This will be a strength roll.
All right. Fuck. All right.
While they
I'm
were
going to
talking,
use my experience of savage.
Yes, good for you.
And essentially add 2 to that. So that's.
You can't do it after the roll.
After, never
unfortunately.
mind
Only
then.
before.
I don't. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
That's
Let me-
all good.
Let me play this game. 16.
16 actually succeeds.
Oh fuck.
With hope or fear?
With fear.
Okay. So you charge him. You describe to me how you push him
So
off the side.
instinctually, I see, I feel the danger, and I see Kagama there attempting to voice of reason, and I.
about to say something. No, hold up.
And I gotta come in, and you know what? I just put my full body into them and push them off the edge.
They go flying and then end up impacting onto the ground back that way.
Nice.
Rolling down there.
Take that.
As you hit, I'd say go ahead and roll 2d8 for the damage on that from the fall damage.
Okay. I guess would it be with my? I wouldn't be with my overwhelm, would it? I guess I went for a charge there.
You went for a charge.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. 8 and 1, so 9.
9 points damage. They mark a hit point. As you, and they hit the ground. Like, good. And as you get up to the edge, you look down and you can see.
Oh.
Oh.
Even more of these figures here.
What do you have over
Clambering
there?
up from the core.
This was the army that they are red.
Okay.
They are red. This is the group that I
Yeah.
saw in my dreams.
And then the other thing that catches your attention
In the
down below
And now, yeah.
They're still
are
alive.
2 armored figures kind of holding up the line. It looks like exemplar armor, but with strange hooked horns, additional weaponry.
What?
Don't tell me. If one of them has a.
Corrupted exemplar.
Oh,
God.
I swear, if one of them has a fucking book. Okay, great.
These
But
are
they're-
exemplars that came here trying
are
to
so
figure out what was
many of
going
them,
on,
guys.
And they got corrupted.
So,
Were the other factions also clueless? What were they running after? To stop this?
with this
Yeah.
We,
They
what
were
if,
just running
This
in,
entity
doing
here.
the same thing.
is going to teleport up into the top tower there after you knocked down the priest.
Oh, shoot.
And kind of, the hecatomb beckons, and looks towards you as you kind of glance over. You feel this like tickle in your brain, and you look back in its direction as it's kind of the vacuous face seems to like almost pull your consciousness in for a second, and it's going to go ahead and attempt to go after your unprotected mind with its psychic assault.
Oh, no!
No!
No, no mercy.
It's a natural 20.
No!
Oh no. Okay.
Don't get your soul sucked into its horn, dude.
oh my
Okay.
god.
That'd suck.
Okay.
We need to get out and tell the factions to
So
stop fighting
this
and come
is-
downstairs and help us.
2, 8, 10, 16 plus 4. 32 points of direct damage.
Are you
That's-
over
that's
your
not-
hit points?
Huh?
Are you over your hit points?
Yeah.
Can I throw my...
Not yet.
Yeah. Fuck.
Oh, no.
You just see my head below and fall to my knees. And I'm gonna risk it all.
Let's go.
Risk it up. Oh my
you still
god,
have
can
the-
you do it again? Can you?
Fuck. I'm going to take 1 point of my.
Do you only roll a 1 on the hope die?
I rolled.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's it. Now you just have one hit.
So permanently mark a hit point,
So
but you're back to 1 hit point. You describe to me what happens after your head blows.
So you just see my head blow, and I fall to my knee, and then suddenly the sort of the fungril grow partially, but not fully formed, as I try to stand up. So I'm still in the game, but with 1 hit point.
All right. I'm gonna mark a fear there to go ahead and activate the priest, who's going to glide up over to this side here. What? Kind of stands back on his feet there and goes, "How interesting. Well, I guess you'll help us one way or the other." He's going to mark a stress to entice. He's going to entice you, Cagauma. I need you to make a presence reaction roll.
A presence reaction roll. It is 10 with. It doesn't matter with hope.
No.
Yeah. Fuck. It's a 10. I'm gonna put one more. 11.
Unfortunately, that's a failure.
Dang it.
So you are corrupted until you roll a success with hope. Until then,
What?
I'm gonna spend a fear to activate it. So as it goes like, please be a doll. We have business below. And you kind of fall back into your consciousness as you feel your body nod, and you take your staff and you swing it right at the back of Mercy. I need you to make an attack roll with your staff.
No! Fail with hope.
Fail with hope. Fail with hope.
Is it fail with hope or succeed with hope?
It's succeed with hope to get rid of it. Yeah.
Oh
Succeed with hope.
no. Okay, never mind.
Fuck. It's. Damn it. 17.
With?
With fear. I'm still fucking corrupted.
It hits.
Do we have Bowen out here?
Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh yeah, it's
Damn
going
it.
on.
And my
Bowen's right
damage
over
is
here.
the.
Oh, okay.
Which one's our damage? It's the 2d10s?
Yeah, for your staff.
Plus, I
Don't
know.
worry about it. Come
This
on.
is horrible.
Can I throw this thread yet?
Still my spotlight.
Okay.
But it was
But I still have to do the 6, right?
It's not his armor.
Okay, it's 9, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12 points of physical damage against you.
You see, as I try to get up to my knees, you swing and cleave my head again. And I fall down to the floor. And I'm gonna risk it all.
Oh my god!
Fuck. Oh no, that's all right. That's good. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay, cool. I'm gonna recover 12 points of health.
Did you fail again? Not the risk at all, though?
No. I succeeded.
Oh, great.
I succeeded. And I got my. So essentially, as you. You probably actually really helped me here.
Thank goodness.
Sorry, I've got to mark this. Wait.
Thank goodness. Right. I feel horrible.
You essentially see, as you cleave my head, oof, suddenly what happens is the mushroom kind of grows and my head becomes like the fungal, almost similar to how you look, kind of come through, and I just shoot up standing, like rejuvenated and ready to play.
Fantastic.
Oh my goodness.
What's your max HP right now?
4.
Badass, dude.
I'm going to spend a fear to go ahead and activate on this side over here the Hecatomb Fanatics. So all of these are going to move in against you, Cagauma.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. And I'm. What?
And I think one of these is in range to rush up and join. Oh, that guy just falls.
Oh, he's dead. He
Unfortunately,
got bludgeoned.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They all have very close range on that. 6 of them are going to make one group attack against you.
And I'm still corrupted?
Yeah. You still do your own stuff. I just have to spend a fear on
got
my
it.
activation to make you do something.
Got it.
That's going to be a 14 to hit.
14 to hit. It's a 7, so it hits.
All right. So for all 6 of them to do 5 damage, just 30 points of physical damage against you.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna use 1 armor, so it's just 2 HP.
You got it. Spend another fear.
Oh god.
And the rest of these kind of just move in to here and begin to head towards the stairs. These here move up
They're so quick.
to here.
There's Jira.
They're
Maybe
climbing
living
up
in
over
these-
the edge.
Cliffside.
Right.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
Down
goodness.
hundreds of years.
Okay.
What in the name? Look at that one. She's like,
God.
wow. Sorry, I'm excited about the shape.
I'm incredibly stressed. Do not worry.
These all come up on this end. These rush up.
Oh my
They just all kind of activate. It's 1 to move, and then
Shaky.
I'm gonna leave you.
Yeah, right. I spend a hope to target a group of creatures that take half damage. So
Can I do so?
Oh yeah, no.
I don't have to roll for it.
Yeah. Do it.
Do you need to use stress for your one ability to come back to life or anything like that? Okay, it's just
just a
ability,
risk
and then
and
the
roll.
cost is.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah,
Like,
go,
you can spend
go.
a fear to take the spotlight away from us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Am I within far range of the priestess?
Oh, the demon here?
Yeah.
You are.
Okay, then I'm gonna mark a stress to hex her.
Okay.
So she'll take a penalty.
-2, right?
Yes. And then I'm gonna drink a stamina potion.
Go for it.
So that heals all my stress.
You want to take an action roll in your turn? That all happens right back until you make an action roll. It's still your spotlight if you want it.
I'm gonna let it go to
Great.
Dilly because you wanted to do a move.
Dilly,
Yeah,
you're up.
I wanna spend a hope to target a group of creatures that take half damage.
Okay, which group do you want to target?
This giant
This
group here. The one next to Mercy.
Right there?
Yeah.
Let's go.
This cluster.
Holy moly, dude!
Oh my goodness.
I add agility onto this, right?
Yep.
So that's a 15 with hope.
15 with hope. Take the hope. That is a success. So,
And now I'm going to spend a hope again to target a group of creatures. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Did you already initiate attack team?
You
No.
wipe out
Since
this
our last
entire
class.
cluster.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Describe to me how you just rain arrows down upon these.
I literally, I go,
Okay. I mean, I did not.
for mercy! And I go pew, 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 pew. And like just one after the other. And I'm just like, it's almost like you can barely see her pulling and loading those arrows. They just like go so quickly as she's like incensed with rage at her friend dying over and over, or nearly dying over and over again. So yeah.
Fantastic. All right. So a bunch of these like little fanatics like and fall to the ground as they hit. They burn away into ash and leave more of that blackened smoke in the space. The transitions of visuals and scents and lighting in here is a perpetually discombobulating and trippy experience. And now seeing these entities, who knows where this city came from and what remnants behind and what these entities are and what their source is, but they are confidently approaching from all sides. So that was the hope. Spotlight's still with you all.
Can I try to bolt beacon the priest over there, like
That guy
somewhere?
over there?
Yeah. Can
Yeah,
I
if you want to.
Okay, so Cagauma, there's like remnants of their consciousness somewhere in there, being like, fight back. I know you got this. You have to aim at that priest.
I should have gotten a fear from when she hit you because she gains one when she successfully hits a PC. So go.
It's still there. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm no longer corrupted, you bitch. Okay, it is okay, 6 plus 1 is 7, and it's with hope, and I am gonna do, it's with hope, it's 6 with hope.
Oh,
That might
it's
not-
Wait, what happened?
Might not have
6 with hope
succeeded.
is a failure with hope, so it does
Dang
not get
it!
it uncorrupted.
God
It has a
damn, I was so
success.
close.
I know. You go and you go to fire the bolt beam towards it, and as you do, it looks to you and goes. As you do, you like fire it off, and it just goes wide, streaking off into the mist and smoke.
God damn.
With that failure, the spotlight comes back to me.
I'm really trying to come back, you guys.
I'm gonna go ahead and activate the demon, who is going to fire once again its psychic assault on you.
No!
Since you keep getting up, you're dangerous to it. That's a 9 to hit. I think that misses you.
It misses.
I'm gonna spend a fear to activate it on Relentless 2. It's gonna try that again. That's better. That's gonna be a 20 to hit you.
Is it a range attack?
It is.
Oh, nice.
Oh, no, there's no point. Never mind. I can't use I see it coming. But yeah, go on.
Okay,
Because
no
it's
worries.
too high.
Fair enough. With that, it is 15 points of direct damage to you. And it hit you successfully, so I get a fear back. And it's going to teleport over here. And it just apparates out of the shadows on the opposite side, turns around and goes like, and kind of glances, its vacuous face glances over the rest of you. I'm going to spend a fear to activate this corrupted exemplar knight. It's going to charge up through them, pushing them aside, kind of off to the edges there. And with that, it's going to charge up towards you, Cagauma. And
This is how I go. This is how I go.
I'm going to mark a stress to try a wicked strike against you. So this is an 11 to hit you. Does that succeed?
It's a 7, so yeah.
Okay, it has horrid presence. As it comes towards you, you can see like the shape of the exemplar armor, but it is broken and hooked. You see like skulls pushing out of the metal. It doesn't look like it was forged that way. Like the metal itself has been willed to change shape. Where the hooks kind of put out and the horns are between the skull front of the face there, you see just the vacuum expanse and these little coals of red burning in the inside of each. The scent itself is just billowing hatred. And with that wicked strike, I'm going to spend a fear to make its standard attack roll. It hit you. Attack does double damage.
Fuck.
What?
That's going to... Oh my god.
No,
Did
you
I rolled a 10 and a 9 on a 2d10.
Oh,
Okay.
So that's 19 plus 6. 25, take 50 points of magic damage.
That is double the thing, but if I do an armor, I just do 2, right? So I'm still,
That doubles your severe?
yeah, it's, well, not almost.
No,
I'm 30.
Okay, good. So
Yeah,
yes, that would be 3.
Okay, yeah, and so I put an armor, so I just take
You take 2.
Beautiful.
Correct.
All right,
Oh my
and
gosh.
in this corruption, am I allowed to get in my shell again, or is
You
that?
can when it comes to your spotlight and spend another fear.
Got it. Great, cool.
And this corrupted knight is going to charge up. And it has very, very close range there. It's going to go after Bowen.
Oh, Bowen.
Oh no. That's a natural 20. I'm not even fucking joking. That's the beacon top dice.
Thanks.
Oh, Bowen's my NPC though. Okay.
How is it? Thanks, goodbye.
So that's going to be 26 plus 8. I know.
No.
34 points of physical damage on Bowen.
He's down. Yeah, he's down.
He's down?
He's down.
Did you not heal at all during the rest?
No, he took 2 from. Yeah, I had 2 HP marked from the last. set.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, jeez.
R.I.P. Bowen.
Bowen falls unconscious and is bleeding
Wait, he
out.
didn't heal at all during our downtime? He could have. He didn't do anything during our downtime. He probably would have healed.
Was that 2 damage from
No, that
the
was
last
2 damage
fight?
from the fight that we had last.
Yeah.
Because we got pushed aside.
Oh, yeah, because he went flying, so
Yeah.
he took 2 from that.
So he's unconscious and bleeding out.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
And while he's down, none of those timers tick, and he cannot look to heal or do damage. Spotlight goes back to you.
Does it cost me if I chuck either of you two? I don't know who's worse in worse shape at the moment. This self-sewing thread. Would that be a roll? Like would that
to throw it towards them? Yes, it would.
Oh, okay.
If you move up to them, you can hand it over to them.
I'm going to.
Which you could do.
Sorry.
No.
I want to push Cagauma back. I want to send Cagauma back this way and away from everyone. I kind of noticed that they're losing their mind.
Yes, they are.
Okay. So you kind of push them back.
I want to push, but like throw them back. I want to throw them like, quite far away.
Okay, I'll say you're throwing fire away, and this is going to be resisting the corruption of keeping you there in the center. So go ahead and make a strength roll against the difficulty of the priest.
Okay. That's good. No, it isn't. It's 21. No, yeah, 21.
That's a success.
With fear.
All right.
But I want to throw Cagauma back away from us.
I'm a menace at
Cagauma
this
gets
point.
chucked like all the way to the backside there. You kind of like thrown, just kind of skid on the ground and catch as all the other creatures are scampering up the sides of the fanatics like and the priest's voice is like, the Hecatomb Legion welcomes all who wish to join. With the Diabolon gone, we are free from our shackles. And something here needs direction. And it looks down below where it was. You can help us. Is that what's the fear when it comes to me
Can
again?
I ask just some general questions
Sure.
real quick? Is the lines of energy and stuff, are they around us? Is it still pointing down? Are we nothing near there?
For around this space, they're large and like chunks around. So I'd say in this corner, just for the ease of this, there isn't one intersecting with this conflict.
And was there a general glow coming from the bottom, like the purple glow? Is that where it's coming from?
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
Good checking in. So with that,
I'm looking for an answer. I don't know.
Yeah, outside of this, because this is bad.
This knight's going to activate and rush over to you.
Fuck.
And it's going to go ahead and mark a stress to attempt a wicked strike against you. That's going to be an 18 to hit.
That hits.
All right, it's going to go ahead and use another fear to do double damage against you. That's going to be 16, 32 points of magic damage against you.
Holy moly.
Okay, I'm gonna mark, and I'm gonna take 2 hit points, because that would have been a severe.
God, we are not working here.
I'm going to spend another fear to activate the demon, who's going to go ahead in far range. Yeah, I think you're the only one in far range there now that you push Cagauma back. So it's going to go ahead and come after you again for its psychic assault on you. That's a terrible roll. That's a 5. It's a miss.
Oh, man. Great. So that's a failure, right?
It is. I'm going to spend a fear.
You bastard.
So we are...
Because it can activate twice.
Extend it, yeah, we have...
Do the same against you. That's going to be a 19. I believe it does hit you.
Yep, that hits.
Which earns me a fear back.
What?
It's called momentum. When I successfully hit, that character successfully hits a party, I get a fear. So
Nice.
12 plus 6, 18 points of direct physical damage.
You can see my brain just splat.
Oh my god! It just keeps regrowing and then detonating.
Taking like a chunk of my shoulder, my arm falling, and then suddenly, again, you see this being who refuses to be taken. Fuck yeah, fuck, man, fuck! Just take another point.
Oh, you're done.
And like, I've now got
you have
only
3.
2 HP.
You have 2?
So I've got three
You're still
max,
at it, you're
but
still at
2
it.
HP.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
As I sort of just stand, like, fuck.
What
this.
regrows in the place of your other?
So again, like what you saw with my arm was kind of very fungal, sort of this growth, but then again, this short kind of almost like stump grows here. It isn't fully formed, and my head isn't necessarily formed. It's kind of half there, but you can see my jaw sort of like slack as again I'm standing, kind of coming back up again, looking at you all desperately.
Oh, mercy.
All right. I'm going to spend one more fear to activate this corrupt knight who's going to rush up the steps towards the two of you.
Great. Brilliant.
Wow.
So,
Wow. Excellent.
Gets up into that area right there with its massive flail. It's going to swing wide. It's going to spend a stress to strike all creatures in its close range. So it's going to attack both of you with its wide swing.
Oh no.
I'm going to have you come look at this.
Is it a 20 again?
Dude.
Did you just crit against us again?
I just want to make sure I'm keeping this on the up and up.
Wait a minute, it says if we use love, we can get through it.
You saw it.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. So that's going to be against both of you.
You've taken my mojo.
But fuck. Welcome to Umbra. So that's going to be.
I don't feel the same way, dude.
This is so bad.
Still, I rolled a 2 and a 1 on the damage dice, so it's going to be 29 points of physical damage against both Dillywin and Alphonse.
29.
Yes.
And Mocking armor.
I don't have any. I will take 3. Oh, dude, I can't even like. All right, go. Nice.
Spotlight's back to you all.
Before you do what you want to do, I'm just gonna go in my shell.
Yeah.
Because I whatever comes, it's just yeah.
I don't even know if this is possible at this point.
As I like smack against the wall against this guy, I'm gonna go, Sister, is this the ones you've seen in your vision?
Yes, it is.
I will pull out the relic and I'll put it at the barrel of my gun. And I'll say, hey, ugly! And I go, and the guy in front of me looks at me and I go, not you! As I look right at her.
Over there?
Yeah.
Sure.
Does she react to it? To pulling the relic out or anything?
She kind of like glances over and goes like,
Can I tag team this? Is it possible to get to Alphonse in this moment?
from where you are, if you want to roll an agility roll to attempt it. It's only a difficulty 12.
What if I roll a fear? It's back to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't really make any
Can
difference.
he move forward and I move to him, and then we'll be non-agility?
You can't.
Don't these exemplars though have the ability of like you're not going anywhere?
Well, the ones that have shields did.
Oh.
If you only if you want to. I don't have hope, so you'd have to.
I mean, I legitimately.
I have a hope, and while I am somewhere far away, I hear you. I can use, I don't know, comforting to you, or just
if
like.
you're helping an ally, it doesn't matter what your experiences are.
Oh,
It's just
amazing!
helping.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I overhear you scream to the scary priestess with the missing finger, and I use a hope to support you in this endeavor. I'm like, it's a great idea.
Talking shell.
And we're gonna attack. And we're gonna try to attack.
Yeah,
I think you should
Kim,
fire
can
the
I
fucking
help?
thing.
Because I have an
Yeah,
idea
you know what?
that if you, I'm gonna run up. If we can meet,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold the orb as you like pull it out. I'm gonna take it and hold it in front of your rifle, and I'm gonna siphon essence on the orb as you hit her with it to pull her essence because she's connected to this.
Okay, so you rush past. You kind of rush around the figures that are all rushing towards you. The corrupted exemplar like rushes towards you and tries to thrust its spear towards you, and you duck under and rush over. You meet Alphonse there.
Yeah. I slide down the stairs, and on the way down, I throw you the orb, and then cock the hammer back, and just line up a shot. It's very far range.
That's fucking cool. All right, so with that, both of you roll your dice for this tag team. Who's spending the hope on this?
He's spending the
You're
hope.
spending the hope?
For the 3 hope for
Yeah,
tag team? Oh, you're saying that I need to?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were saying you needed to.
No, I was saying you need to spend the hope. You don't have the hope.
But, however, like, we could still, if you still hold the orb, do you want to try to siphon it, or maybe I shoot through it?
I mean,
You can still do what you're doing.
Yeah.
It won't be a tag team attack.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just try it.
Can I
Let's try
spend
it.
a
wanna try
hope
to siphon it
to help?
first?
Yes, you
I'm
can.
gonna spend a hope.
How do you help them out with this?
I'm going to spend the hope then.
So Dilly, who are we shooting at?
I think you said this one, right?
Okay, great. Dilly shoots an arrow that pins the cloak to the stones and gets like in a little like crevice of a stone. So she's like pinned.
Hell yeah.
In place.
You see she's like beginning to try and conjure the shadow to teleport again, but for the moment doesn't have the capability of shifting away immediately while you line up the shot with that
This
orb.
might be pushing it a little bit, but does someone have an item that gives hope? Do you have that item?
I've got ivory, but I used that before. So is this done?
Did you use it? Then
yeah.
be good.
Damn it, dude. All right.
I know it's the.
So do you want to try to siphon it, or do you want me to shoot?
Try to siphon it and then
Yeah.
you shoot it.
Sure. And if you roll with hope and
Then
I'll shoot right after.
Yeah.
Siphon it. Great. We'll start that way.
All right, so as you're...
Dude, I thought you were saying you had hope. I'm sorry.
No.
So you're siphoning the orb?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll.
I think that's gonna work.
Was it a spellcast roll?
Yes.
Do you want to spend a stress
Yes, I do.
to give yourself advantage on it?
Yes, I do.
Since you are within the residual magic.
Oh my gosh, yes, I do want to do that.
Y'all are forgetting this guy said something happens, but okay, sure.
Okay. 14, 15, 16, 18.
You're helping him, but she's
Oh,
doing
okay.
something first.
Okay.
18.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I like reassurance. I want to do reassurance. Thank you. I forget. I'm so
how do you
corrupted.
re-
I'm like terrified.
How do you see them like holding the sphere there and like she's charging her energy? How do you reassure?
Okay, Cagauma is in their shell, looking terrified at all that's happening, and notices what these two are slowly but surely conjuring. And I see that for a split second, Sister is casually fumbling, and I'm like, remember, we are surrounded by magic. And you are magic. Magic.
Cool. That's lower.
Oh, no.
No, but, it's lower than the other one.
Fuck.
Do I have to take that one?
You do.
Dang it.
Fuck. Well, I haven't rolled my other stuff yet.
That's true.
Was it with fear?
11. Yes, it was.
Fuck.
19.
Oh.
That's a success.
Oh, nice.
With fear.
Nice.
Success on what though? Like what is gonna happen?
So,
dude?
With fear, though, so I'm gonna do extra damage. I just realized it's good.
Perfect.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
go ahead and roll the extra damage.
Yes.
Okay. So that's
Excellent.
Oh. This is good. Okay. Okay. 25 points of
Magic damage?
Magic damage.
It is resistant to physical, not magic.
It's what's right? One more time?
Resistant to physical, not magic,
magic.
so that's good. So that means that we have to hit this thing with magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you it begins to crack, and as you like siphon the energy, the bone begins to like crumble to dust on the inside of the glass sphere. As you do, you can see like the priest on the opposite side goes, "What do you have? What do you have? Get it from her now!"
Uh-oh.
Siphon it. I don't know.
As it's now like the crystal glass around it is like cracked. The bone inside looks like it's partially withered and dust within its health. It is on the verge of destruction.
How many hit points did it take? Did it lose hit points?
Mm-hmm.
Did it lose 3 or 2?
It lost 3.
Then I get 3 hit points back, baby!
Yeah!
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Spotlight back to me.
Oh.
No, this guy's right here. He's gonna shift over to this way. Seeing you do this to siphon the energy from this orb is gonna rush over towards you and attempt to make a wicked strike. It's gonna go ahead and mark another stress. That is 10.
No, 11.
Miss.
Oh.
Yes!
Okay.
Fuck. Okay, yeah. No. So it goes. So describe to me as you see it cracking, and this massive corrupted exemplar goes rushing towards you with this massive spear and goes to try and thrust it through your chest.
I'm gonna dart to the side and hold the orb up in front of Alphonse again.
Like right across, you're like crossing your arm with the middle of its pole arm as its skull mask turns towards you and then back towards you to see what you're trying to do.
And then I just raise it and I'll pull the trigger.
Go for it.
Okay. Since it, yeah, this is a magic, because it's an arcane rifle, so that's magic damage? Is that
Yeah.
But it's not a spellcast roll.
No.
Okay.
But it's an arcane weapon.
So I can't mark a stress to give an advantage, though. Like, because
No,
you know.
I'm giving you
with the, oh, perfect. Never mind. Okay.
Did something happen with my spell when I succeeded on it?
Oh, give the reminder on that.
Okay.
Nope.
So.
I shouldn't have said that.
No, let's go.
No,
everything. It'll be great. What happens is gonna be awesome.
In this moment, you have this, like, your head falls back into a vision, and you see, like, in ultra slow motion, the whole grouping of hundreds, maybe thousands of followers trudging into this, past this temple after a mass sermon. You see they gathering some unknown source of divine power, this entity in red, itself swathed in, like, shouting a curse to the heavens as this light comes to annihilate their troop. As it does, he tries to protect them with his own magic, and the shields of its people pull them together, and they are pushed down, 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 to be forgotten and buried, and have been ever since.
I think they might have won against the Veil Gods, lost, buried, and now this is their, like, oh my god, I pull the trigger.
Go for it.
I crit. Oh my god, I crit! Holy moly! That's 2 11s, dude!
Oh my god, yes.
I manifested that, dude.
Take a hope, clear stress, and let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, we can finally tag team this. All right, so that is, okay, that is so much damage. Okay, I gotta do quick math. 12, 18, 24.
I mean, you got a 5 from me, but I don't think that.
Yeah.
Then anytime you give advantage,
No, you
they
still
crit.
pinned
So
it to the wall.
yeah, this is so true.
Yeah.
Sorry, 24. Okay, I gotta do math real quick. Hold on, real quick. Sorry. All right, now I'll roll for damage. So that was maxed out. Plus. Did I just, like, was I my Houdini? Did I just, like, oh no, did I? Oh, there it is. Okay. So, like, what the heck? All right. I rolled solo. I gotta, like, do carry the 2. That's 62 damage.
That is double the demon's severe threshold for 4 hit points. How do you want to do this?
Oh my god.
I go, as I, like, pull back the hammer and see myself in the reflection of the glass, I'm gonna say, I hate these relics. I am this relic. You see me as an omen. Others see me as fear. You all see me as death. And I'll pull the trigger and I'll shoot a freaking blast of lightning through this glass.
It shatters. The bits of crystal glass just burn away with the impact of the arcane power. The remnants of this ancient digit turn to powder than nothing as this demon, you impact it. As it hits the wall, its chest seems to become a black space, a void, as the remnants of its arms and head crumple and fold and consumed by its own inner singularity. It is gone. As the crystal shatters, the priest goes, "No! Fool! Punish them!" Spotlight's still with your end.
Oh my gosh.
Let's finish him off. You want a tag team? We can do that, right? Yeah, dude.
Yes.
We both look at each other as, like, the singularity goes off and just erupts this woman. I'll look at you, sister, and then we'll make eye contact with this guy. As, yeah, we'll tag. I now have enough hope to do a tag team.
Alrighty, let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Yes. Yes.
All right, cool.
Wow.
You have to, okay. All right. Ooh. 11?
11?
Oh, we critted that!
No,
it's a crit!
With hope.
Huh?
With hope for me.
Yeah, same.
Oh, cool.
Okay, great. Do we hit it?
Unfortunately.
But look, we both got a hope out of that.
Yeah.
Describe to me how this tag team fails,
Dang.
please.
I don't know. Like, we get to excited.
The priest is still like fear in his eyes. Like he's resolute and furious, but there is a fear of watching the destruction of this artifact and the dissolution of its conjured ally. And as you both turn toward this, there's a glimmer of fear in its eyes. What do you do?
I like kneel down in front of Alphonse and then thrust out my staff. And right as I'm about to shoot, I realize that I might hit Mercy. And like freak out just a little and like move my staff over to the side.
Oh. I pull down the trigger and I realize I didn't pull back the hammer. And I go, damn it.
The priest. Spotlight comes back to me.
Nice.
All right. This knight here.
Dude, that is so funny.
That's so stupid.
Dude, that's so great.
Actually, all of these are going to shift into here.
I'm sweating.
They're going to activate. Oh, this guy's pretty much down here anyway, so all of these guys move in with their pole arms.
Oh my god.
It's okay. I can target them all, can I?
Oh. Yeah. Once I'm done being corrupted, I shall bold beacon my way out of this, but in the meantime...
Move into there. And they're going to spend a fear to group attack on you, Mercy. So that's...
I really don't like you, Mercy.
Dude, there's no way! Dude, there's no way!
I need to point, I need you to see.
Take his dice.
Because...
Fuck, man! Fuck!
That's insane.
What is wrong with you?
A lot of parallels.
Damn!
Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 minions doing 5 damage each. That's 55 times 2. You take 110 points of physical damage.
Oh my gosh!
Fuck!
Is that over your severe?
That is like...
Is that twice your severe?
Yeah, that's twice my severe.
So that'd be 4 hit points you have to mark.
like-
You can knock it down with armor, or stress if you have from the...
I don't have enough, man. It's...
Don't you have like a stamina potion or something?
actually,
Like,
no, I
for
don't.
de-stress?
No, but I can't like take it while I'm getting...
Can I run that? No.
Unfortunately, he has to make his death move.
I'm gonna make my death move. You guys know what I'm gonna do. As I'm like being pierced all over and just attacked. Fuck, man, that is so bad. At least I get it back, but it's, yep. All right, I now have max 2 health points, and I only have 2 health points, but it's okay.
It permanently goes down by 1 even when you succeed?
Yeah.
Boo.
So...
At least you're not dead.
No.
For
You're saying that?
Because it's still... Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend a fear
No.
to activate.
Oh yeah,
this guy's gonna move up here.
Oh,
They've been kind of like sitting on the side. This guy's gonna shift back over here in a defensive position against the priest. Yeah, it's fine. I'll just put you there. But that guy in the back is just gonna hang there. This guy's gonna take 1 swing at you as you kind of get back up. That's cocked. Natural 1. Took it down.
Okay.
Back to back.
Can I do something, please?
Yes, you may.
Are you sure you don't want me to hit all of these guys with
Yes.
my thing?
I think
Because
that
I've got
will
that.
help.
And then we'll come to you.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. Can I? Oh no, I'm not gonna spend. No, I'm gonna.
Hold on. I will use a hope to give you advantage.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't want what just happened to happen again.
Okay. That's a 15 plus 4. 19.
Plus 3.
With hope. No, wait. More than that. I think it's a 23 with hope.
23 with hope. Take that hope. That's a success.
Nice.
So, and you're using the volley?
Yeah, I'm using a volley, so I'm spending a hope to use the volley.
So,
And pew, pew,
roll,
pew,
roll
pew.
for damage
Roll for damage.
on this guy here, but all the rest of these
Just
disappear.
disappear.
Wiped
Oh,
out.
nice.
Right?
Oh, no.
Manifesting that one to like also go down. Yeah.
There we go. You just use that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Excellent.
amazing.
Excellent.
This entire group
Yes.
just gets wiped
Get
out.
it, Dilly.
And this is a magic, by the way. This is like my fine hair bow is magic.
Now here's my question. It says group of creatures or group of enemies?
Creatures.
You're also part of this.
All right,
No.
it's fine.
Go ahead and roll damage.
It's okay.
Dang it.
It's okay.
Fuck, that's messed up.
13.
13 points of physical damage to you and to the thrall over there, who marks 2 hit points.
Sorry, Mercy.
That's okay.
Spotlight's still with you.
Oh, can I run down quickly and give you this?
Oh yes.
For the love of God.
I'm gonna.
You.
Okay. All right. Fine. Hold on. I'll let you do it.
You know where to really move around. You can try and make an agility roll if you'd like to move over there.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Is that a bad idea?
Because you are blocked in by most of these.
It depends on what. Mercy's
And
But she can jump.
Right. To jump,
you
to move
advantage
here,
on agility
jump,
Yeah, I've
and then
got
move there.
advantage on agility rolls that involve balancing and climbing. I would say that.
Go for it.
I'm giving myself.
No?
I mean, I just don't want it to be where the spotlight goes here and then.
It's fine.
You have.
It's
You
fine.
sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on.
All right.
Go on. You got this. Go on.
Oh, great. That's a 21 plus 3. 24 plus 4.
With?
Hope.
Great.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Take
Excellent.
that.
Lovely.
You rush up.
Amazing.
What are you
Yeah, that's
passing-
awesome.
What are you passing off?
The self-sewing thread.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Mercy, I'm really sorry for hitting you. I'm really sorry, but here, this will help. I swear.
Spotlight's still on you all.
Go to take the sewing thread, and I look at you, and I give it back.
Oh, Mercy.
And Laura, you hear in your head, who was I before they brought me back?
A father. A husband. A protector.
I want to attack myself. And I want to initiate a blaze of glory.
Oh my.
Mercy, no!
That's a new one.
What?
Are you sure?
Yes.
Let's go. So you don't have to roll to hit, just roll damage.
Yeah. As I hand you the sewing thread, I push you back. And with my arm, I reach into my chest. What you see is an explosion of fungrel. I almost bloom into this hulking mass. And I'm going to take down that son of a bitch into whatever fucking pit it came from.
Like fly, like jump
fly
forward.
into it.
Oh.
All right. Okay. Now the Hecatomb Thrall there has an ability called My Meat for Yours, where I can mark a stress, and it has to beat your attack roll to get in the way. However, this is an auto crit, so I have no way of beating your attack roll. So when you move back there to take the hit for the priest, he has no recourse. Go ahead and take your critical hit on the priest.
I'm shaking. Oh my god, 10. Okay, 15. 16. Plus 4. 20. 27. Double that. What is the double?
It's max and then whatever you die.
Okay, so it's about 60.
That is definitely more than twice its double threshold. That's 4 hit points, which is what it had left. How do you want to do this?
As I take what you say, the fact that I was a father, a protector, Dilly, I see in your eyes hope. Seeing that we are doing well, but very much surrounded. I charge into this priest. And I see my family. I see beauty in all of this destruction. And I finally see death. And I'm happy as I take this thing down, knowing that you will all have a chance at survival. I give you mercy. Yeah.
You watch as the priest, unable to take the impact of the focused, heroic final moment. Describe to me how you finish this Hecatomb priest of the Diabolon.
You see the fungal inside me begin to bloom and blossom as I latch onto him. And he stumbles back, able to take this force, but he becomes enveloped in this fungal nature of mine. Half of his body falls, but from the other half blossoms this incredible, beautiful monument of fungus. The mycelium spreads across the steps. And it calls to you, Laura. It calls to my sister.
The priest's form, speared and taken by the final moments of mercy, but through it, a new life born in a space where little else can exist. A landscape robbed of your brethren now has a new seed. A little bit of hope in a very, very dark pit. As the priest gives its final cry before its infernal life is snuffed, the two corrupted exemplar scream and crumple to the ground, clutching their faces. The remaining thralls and fanatics panic and scatter. And all the screeching, all the sounds of combat around, the smell of smoke and death. You're numb to it in the moment for what was given. But what you do know is whatever fate has brought you here, whatever reason you fought so hard towards something you didn't fully understand, as it reveals itself, you might be the only people who can do something. The whispers of an ancient darkness and the first blows against its return. And that's where we're going to finish this episode. We'll pick up from there next time. Without you, Abu, unfortunately. But it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time, and is it Thursday yet? Good night.
Same.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Dude.
It was, I couldn't fight it. Like I was at the point.
So many.
Yeah.
So
And
many.
I was at a point where I was just like,